Surprise! It's me. How's everybody doing today? Being a ghost in the machine and being everywhere, knowing everything is a curse. And not, uh, I would not suggest it. So thank you guys for coming out tonight. We're gonna see if a few more people trickle in. Am I quiet? I'm a little low here on OBS. What about now? Am I better now? I've got the stream over to the side. About the same. You know, at work people are telling me that I'm sounding quiet. Maybe it is me. I've got the stream over to the side. About the same. You know, at work people are telling me that I'm sounding quiet. Maybe it is me. Properties. What if I go over here? What if I kick myself up? Okay, I'm at 125%. How do I sound now, guys? Well, I'm seeing the usual suspects in here. So, we're hoping more people eventually come in because we're doing something a little special tonight, guys. Um, as everyone here probably knows, if anyone's new, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are DaWeirdcast. I am Chad, aka the Chairgrot, and I'm primarily the guy that's behind the scenes, pressing all the buttons, turning the levers, ripping out cords to make things work. We have Joe, Lexi, Eli, Jeff, and Matt all on the team, and tonight we got something special. We have Spearhead. We are very excited to play this because Jeff and Eli went to the Dallas event. They had a blast with it. They enjoyed it so much that we want to bring that enjoyment to y'all. And we're going to play it for you live here on stream. And if you can't catch the stream in its entirety, we'll put the VOD up probably in about 2 to 3 days on our YouTube channel. Go like and subscribe there. And before we get started, we have a bunch of people to shout out because ever since the announcement, a ton of people have come in to follow. So I've got the list here. Perpetual Dawn, Zero Breaker 13, Wargamer Dobby, Cameron of Chicago, Third Me, Sapper Hobbies, Cap'n Andrew, Unkindness 78, Reformed Bumble? Yeah, Reformed Bumble, Bleach Samurai with a bunch of numbers in their name, Witch Fingers, and Flyswatter 777. Thank you all for following us, and we have a couple of extra people to thank as well. We have Matt Rose and Ben Johnson for creating Spearhead and answering everyone's questions, and James O'Brien and Gareth Thomas for running the first tournament at the Dallas event. They were very helpful. They answered a ton of questions, and they put on a great event from what Jeff and Eli have told me. So it's a wonderful experience. We hope that we're able to express how much of a experience this is for us, and we hope to put on a good show for you guys here tonight. It looks like we're getting there. Some more people are coming in. So tonight, Jeff and Eli, like I said, they're going to put on the show. It's going to be a great show. Do you guys want to see the game? And it looks like they're ready. So, full send? All right, let's go full send. I'm going to kick it over to Jeff and Eli, and let's have some fun, guys.
Frank on the rocks. Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
It's your boy Eli.
And this Jeff.
Is Jeff. We're here to teach you all about Spearhead.
Yeah, we got to play this weekend. Past weekend, it was great. I'll be playing Blades of Khorne.
And I'm playing Seraphon. I'm sure you're all surprised.
We're not, Eli. You didn't play them last week, though, did you?
I did not play them last week. I took Skaven to their first tournament, and
how'd you do?
I went 5-3 overall, but the most important thing was that the first 5 games were all wins.
You should have left.
So I got a 5-0, and then had a rough RTT and an 0-3. But 5-0, baby. That's all that matters. And then I played 4 games of Spearhead with, funny enough, Seraphon as my random box, and it was a blast.
Yeah. Love this game. Love this format. We're super excited we get to share with everybody. Big shout out to Scott Reed for letting my wife copy all the rules down.
And big shout out to Gareth, Matt Rose, Ben, and the whole Warhammer team.
Yeah.
It's a blast. If you like don't have the time or don't have the brain power to to play a full Sigmar game, this is a very nice way to play a like compartmentalized Sigmar. It's very fun. And once you get the rules down pat, like they're not kidding when they say like you can play in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess we'll go. Chairguard, if you want to go over to the rule sheet, we'll go over everything. Couple caveats, like all these rules that are here, these are not like official. Like all these documents and everything that we're going to be using, this is all stuff that I made. There will probably be a lot of typos. Some stuff might be wrong.
Some stuff might be worded slightly incorrectly.
Yeah.
But because like our Seraphon rules are just transcribed notes from what I wrote shorthand.
Yeah, and my wife pretty much wrote all the cards down. I did art for them and everything. You'll see them, they'll pop up soon.
Yeah, everything has been made in-house. So none of this is going to be the official looking materials. But that being said, we're as close to the game mode as we possibly could be. And we hope that you like are able to glean a lot just by seeing it.
Yep. Yeah, so essentially, we'll go down the pre-battle sequence. We've already rolled off. I won. I chose attacker because I'm Khorne and the attacker is red. So of course I would choose attacker. I'll take a second, I'll go over my army, because at this point, once we decide this, I would pick my regiment ability. So
different from normal like match play, right? Like normally when you build your list, you roll up to an event. You have all your enhancements and stuff picked beforehand. For Spearhead, you pick your regiment ability and your enhancement at the table after your attacker defender roll.
Yeah, and you'll have a choice of 2 regiment abilities, and you'll have a choice of 1 of 4 enhancements for your general.
And since you're the attacker, Jeff, you get to pick first, right?
I do. Yeah. Before I do that though, Blades of Khorne, how they play in Spearhead. The Spearhead is going to be 3 Skull Crushers. These boys are beefy. They are still a 5-up save, or I'm sorry, they're still an 8-inch move, 5 wounds a pop, 2-up save.
There it is.
Yep.
2-up save.
Yeah, 2-up save, 2 control. They're blood glaives, 3 attacks each now.
3 attacks each now instead of 2?
Hits on instead of 4. They had 4, but they went down. But they hit on 3s. They wound on 3s. They're 1 rend, and they get charged +1 damage.
Okay.
They do mortals on the charge. On a 2-up, they will do 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
When they charge.
Is it a 2-up on a D3 roll or a D6 roll?
It's a normal D6.
It's a normal D6 on a 2-up. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Roll a dice on a 2-up, inflict 1 mortal damage on the target.
Interesting. Okay, we've seen a lot of rules being changed to on a D3 now.
Yeah.
Which is going to be an interesting change to get used to in 4th edition.
Yep. Also, the big change with them, the Skull Crushers themselves, the Juggernauts, they are 2 attacks each, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, 1 rend, D3 damage.
D3 damage.
D3 damage.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy. So we got 3 of those lads. We got two units of 5 Blood Warriors.
Okay.
They are move 5, 2 health, 3-up save, 1 control. They are 3 attacks each, hit on 4s, wound on 3s, 1 rend, 1 damage. They kind of kept the murder rolls where the rest of the Khorne army doesn't have them. I'll go over the battle traits in a second. But when they die on a 4-up, they'll inflict 1 mortal damage on an enemy unit. That killed them. So 2 units of 5 of those. Also got 10 Blood Reavers, 5-inch move, 1 health, 6 up save, 1 control, 2 attacks, 4s and 3s, no rend, 1 damage.
You're gonna have to use your ears, Dookie. You see the Khorne War Scrolls? Jeff's going over them right now.
Their special ability is Frenzied Devotion. If the unit is within 8 inches of your general, you can return D3 slain models to this unit, end of any turn.
So every turn they return D3 to their unit?
Yep.
That's pretty good. And they also have the other special thing that's to Spearhead.
They have the Reinforce. So basically, once they die, they can come back in my movement phase.
Is it in your movement phase or is it any movement
Let's
phase?
take a look. Call for reinforcements. Declare. Pick a friendly reinforcements unit that has been destroyed. Effect. Put up an identical replacement unit on the battlefield, wholly within friendly territory, wholly within 6 of the battlefield edge, and not in combat. Each reinforcements unit can only be replaced once. Replaced units cannot themselves be replaced. Once per turn, your movement phase.
Once per turn, your movement phase. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, hey, thanks, Athrock, for the follow. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. All right, and then we go to the big daddy himself. We got the Slaughter Priest.
Heck yeah.
Moves on 4, 6 health, 5 up save, 2 control. So one thing to note is they did have an article up where like races got like abilities. Like they kind of have like this is what a human.
This is kind of their standard.
Yeah.
I saw that they have the kind of their standard stats that that was kind of like their baseline.
Yep.
And then they adjusted from there. Right?
Yeah. So Khorne used to be everything moved 6. Like you'll notice, all my stuff now moves 5.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like the common human profile.
Yeah.
But anyway,
like they made humans the most basic. They hit on 4s, wound on 4s. Elves hit a little bit better. Orcs wound a little bit better.
Yep.
Monsters hit or wound way better.
Yep.
They're big and they're swingy, so they don't have the best accuracy. But if they hit you, their intention is that they're going to hit you pretty good.
Yep. Yep.
Which is an interesting change.
And then so this in Spearhead 2, there really is no like magic and there's no prayers. Basically, all that stuff is baked in. Like we won't have a magic phase. We just have abilities on our scrolls.
Yes.
So yeah, whenever the Slaughter Priest's dial, he has 4 attacks, 3s and 3s, 1 rend, 2 damage, which is nice. He's a little slappy.
Mm-hmm.
His 2 abilities: Blood Boil, your hero phase, pick a visible enemy unit within 16 of the unit to be the target. Make a chanting roll D6 on a 4-up, inflict D3 mortal wounds. I'm sorry. Mortal damage.
Mortal damage. It's
I'm
going to be something that we're going to have to get used to.
Yeah, for sure. And then
they take mortal damage points.
Yeah. And then he also gets Blood Sacrifice. So pick a friendly unit within this unit's combat range. Combat range in 4th edition is if you're within 3 inches of the other unit.
Same as normal. There's just no weapon ranges anymore. So you just get to fight if you're in combat.
Yep. So roll a 2-up, inflict D3 mortal wounds on the target, and I gain 1 blood tithe. Going back, we'll go over the battle traits. Mm-hmm. So Khorne has Blood Tithe. Each time a unit is destroyed in the battle, you receive 1 Blood Tithe point. Essentially, the way it used to be, when anything dies, either one of my units, one of Eli's units, I get a Blood Tithe point. And then heads must roll. Once per turn in any hero phase, I could spend 3 Blood Tithe. I could pick up to 3 friendly units, and I could add 1 rend to those 3 units.
Heck yeah.
Which is really good. Their other ability is Murder Lust for 1 Blood Tithe. I pick D3 friendly units. Each of those units moves D6.
That's pretty good. Murder Lust still sticking around is pretty sweet.
And they still could move into combat.
Hey, Brian Harrington, thank you for the follow, man.
Hey, Brian.
Glad to have you here.
Woo! So that's my army. I'll go ahead. I'll pick.
So your battle traits are basically just diet, blood tithe.
Yeah.
Just like, here you go. So here's a snippet of what likely is going to be your main blood tithe table.
Murder Lust and Give Me Rend.
Murder Lust and Rend. Turns out, still pretty good abilities.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, so I need to pick a regiment ability.
What are your 2 options?
I have 2 choices. I have Favorite of Khorne, which is once per turn, start of the turn. Roll a dice on a 2+, you receive 1 blood tithe.
That's pretty good.
And then I have Bloodwoken Runes. Friendly units have a ward of 5 up if they have used the fight ability in the same phase.
Okay. That sounds a lot like a Khorne list that you've been playing.
Yeah. So it sounds like the Flayed. So I think I go with that one.
All right.
I think we'll take that one. So after my dudes fight, we get a 5-up ward.
Sweet.
Which is really good.
But if I fight you first, you don't have that ward, right?
This is correct. All right. So enhancements, I get to pick 1 of 4. I could do Resanguination, pick a visible friendly unit within 16 of your general, make a chanting roll D6. On a 3+, heal D3 that unit.
Which again, the general for him is the Slaughter Priest.
Yep.
So all these enhancements are something that go to the Slaughter Priest.
Yep. Crimson Plate is a 5-up ward. It's a passive ability, just
Pretty
happens.
good. Just always have a 5 report.
Headhunt.
Passive abilities in 4th edition you cannot not do. They're always active.
Yeah, they're just an active ability. Headhunter, any combat phase, pick an enemy hero in combat with your general. Your general has strike first this phase, but all attacks made that phase must target the enemy hero.
Ooh.
And lastly is Unholy Flames. Pick a visible unit wholly within 16 of your general, then make a chanting roll of d6. On a 4-up, add 1 rend.
Okay.
Which can stack.
Which can stack with the blood type?
With the blood type. Yeah. So that's spicy. So
spicy. What are you going to go with?
I think I'll go with Unholy Flames.
With the Unholy Flames to get the 4-up extra rend?
Yeah.
Very nice. That is very fun. So just for those keep track, we have blood type abilities.
Yep.
Then basically the flayed one's ability for the regiment. So if he fights in a combat, he already has a 5-up board. And then his enhancement for his in general is that in your hero phase, in your hero phase, he can roll die on a 4-up to give a unit an extra rend. That's pretty sick. Let's go over my army now.
Yep.
My army is simple. I've got the Carnosaur. Source Old Blood on Carnosaur specifically. One of 3 kits. The main one that is like the kind of general among generals. He's got a 14 health, 10-inch movement, 4-up save, 5 control. He's got a ranged weapon. He's a Sunbolt Gauntlet. Still 12 inches, still D6 attacks. 3s, 1 rend, 1 damage. But he can shoot in combat. I say still 12 inches. It actually was 18. Got shrunk down 6. Makes sense for the board. We'll see if it translates to the main game. His main ability is that in the hero phase, I can pick a unit wholly within 12 inches that is not him and give them +1 to charge. So usually that's going to be like the Croxivore to get an extra +1 to charge. And then he's got an ability for battle damage that his Carnosaur's jaws drop 2 attacks from 3 to 1 if he's taken at least 10 damage. The melee profiles are as follows. He has the Relic Cells type weapon, the Spear. 5 attacks, 3s, 1 rend, 2 damage. And then the Carnosaur has 3 attacks, 4s, 2s, 2 rend, 3 damage a pop.
Oof.
Yeah. But again, if he takes 10 damage, goes down to 1 attack.
Okay.
Not that bad. Then I've got 2 units of 5 Saurus Warriors. They have their clubs, they're 2 wounds apiece, or 2 health each, I should say. 4-up save, 5 inches of movement. Their clubs, I know they have spears. Imagine they're pointy clubs. They're 2 attacks each, 3s, rend 1, 1 damage apiece.
They're just not sharp spears, so
They're just, yeah.
Yeah, they're not sharp, so they're clubs.
Their big thing is that their passive is that while they're on an objective that I control, they get +1 to their save rolls.
Ooh, nice.
Which is just straight up.
And what's their base again?
Their base is a 4-up.
Nice.
So if I'm on an objective I control, they're saving on a 3-up, which is really solid in a Spearhead mode that doesn't really have a lot of all-out attack or all-out defense in it. I'm not even sure if it's on even any of the cards. I don't remember seeing one at all this weekend. There are other defensive buffs, just not that one.
There is a card I know, Steel Defense, that turns off rend.
Yes, there's that. And then there's one for the 5-up board, which is nice.
Yeah.
And then I have the Slappiest Boys, 3 Croxigore. They have 6 wounds apiece. They move 5 inches. They have a 4-up save, control score of 2, compared to the 1 on the Warriors and the 5 on the Carnosaur. They have 4 attacks each with their Drakebot Maw. Hit on 4s, wound on 2s, rend 1, 2 damage apiece. Their main ability is that if they attack a unit that has at least 5 models in it, they get crit 2 hits. So basically exploding 6s for those of you that have been playing war games for a while. So 12 attacks can explode if I super spike into 24 attacks. It'll never happen, but it could. They're super slappy. Infantry, all infantry except him, who's a monster. Going on to my battle trait. I have 1 battle trait. It is Beast of the Dark Jungle. So every combat phase, if my general, my Carnosaur, is engaged in combat, I can do one of 2 abilities. I can either pick a unit that I'm in combat with and roll a die. If it exceeds the health characteristic, so if it's a 3 health unit and I roll a 4-up, I get to just eat a model. Done. Slain. Doesn't interact with the health pool at all, so if you have wounds attached to that unit, they're still attached to that unit. And if I don't do that, I can just subtract D6 from their control score. The score itself, not the characteristic. So if you've got 5 models, each with a control characteristic of 2, that's a total of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I can subtract D6 from that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then I have one of 2 regiment abilities. The first one is Predatory Fighters, which is once per phase at the end of every turn. I roll a dice for each enemy unit that's in combat with me, and on a 3-up, they take a mortal wound. I just roll 1 dice per enemy unit, so it's at most 1 mortal. But it is for every unit that's engaged, so my army wants to kind of get stuck in and hold there if I do that. The other one is a passive, Temple City Guardians, that says friendly units of mine have a ward of 6 while wholly within friendly territory. Which is pretty good, but I'm going to go with Predatory Fighters as my regiment ability. I want to do those mortals. It's really nice at finishing off units.
And what does this one do again?
So this is at the end of every turn, I roll for every unit that's engaged with my army.
Okay.
And on a 3 ability, take a mortal wound. Just 1 die. For my enhancements, I have 4 options to go on the Carnosaur. First one is Sotek's Gaze. At the end of every turn, I roll a dice and I add the roll to this unit's control score. So minimum 5, maximum 11.
Nice.
Ancient Strategist, which is a once per battle enemy movement phase that says I pick a friendly unit wholly within 12 inches of my general. And that's not him, so another unit to get a normal move as if it was my turn. So this is a normal move in Jeff's movement phase. At the end of his movement phase, because I would make all of my abilities after your abilities.
Right, correct.
But it's still only once per battle. Really good to get in one of my units to move an extra 5 inches. The third one, Blade of Realities, which is a passive that gives me an additional rend on my Relic Celestite weapon. So that Relic Celestite Spear goes to 2 rend, 2 damage instead of 1 rend, 2 damage. And then the Wrath of Chotek, which is a passive that affects his Sunbolt Gauntlet, makes him just have a flat 6 attacks at range instead of D6.
Ooh. You
Now,
got a lot of spicy options.
I got a lot of spicy options. Now, the best one is definitely the movement.
Yeah.
But I want to romp and stomp. I'm going for the rend. I'm going for the extra. I'm going for the Blade of Realities. His spear is going to be 2 rend, 2 damage. So I got 2 rend on all my melee attacks going in.
Nice. All right. All right, sweet. So then we have gone through attacker picks their regiment ability and enhancement. Defender does the same. Defender chooses which side of the battlefield the players will fight on. I think we're going to do Gyron.
We're going to stick with Gyran.
Yeah.
We've already got the board set up for it. Now, for those of you that don't know, Actually has their objectives set up in a different spot. Basically, you have your one in the center, but then the others are all in the corners.
Yep.
As opposed to this, where they're kind of doing this weird like Z.
Okay, and then how would you like to cut the board, my
I
friend?
would like to cut the board. Your options, for those of you that don't know, are either horizontal or diagonal.
It's a laser. It's a line.
Oh, heck yeah. Good. If you can see it, everybody, you can either choose horizontal or diagonal. And I'm going to choose diagonal deployment.
Diagonal? Okay.
Yes. So we're going to deploy diagonally. So our deployment zones, our territory is half the board each. And we have to deploy 6 inches away from the center line, which, again, is going to be the diagonal. You can see it on your screen. It's going to be the top left territory setup.
All right, before we get to the setup, you got to put your turn down.
I do have to put my terrain down. I can take a large piece of terrain and a small piece of terrain. I'm going to choose this one while it would provided to us by special pardon member of the stream, Matt Robish. And this terrain piece, painted by one Jeff here. And I get to put them on the board. The large piece of terrain, remind me if I'm wrong, has to be wholly within my territory.
So both of these, each terrain feature must be wholly within friendly territory.
Wholly within friendly territory.
More than 6 from all other terrain features, and more than 3 from the long table edges and enemy territory.
So 3 from long table edges and enemy territory.
Yeah. Here's a...
And then say that again. So wholly within friendly territory.
Yeah.
3 inches away from long table edge.
Yep.
What else?
6 inches from all other terrain features.
And 6 inches from all other terrain features. Which is going to be easy for me because I'm the one putting it down first. I'm going to put my wildwood, I think, right here. Got it. Heck yeah. And then I'm going to put my tiny thing, my tiny piece of terrain, right there.
Okay. All right, so then we go to me.
Then Jeff gets to do exactly the same under the same rules with his. So there's only ever going to be 4 pieces of terrain on a spearhead board.
Yeah, and they're specified as 2 large.
Is it 3 inches from the center line too?
Not what I have here.
Not what we have here.
Yeah. Each terrain feature must be set up wholly within friendly territory. More than 6 from all other terrain features, and more than 3 from both long battlefield edges and enemy territory. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so 3 inches from center line. Yep.
Oh,
because enemy territory
is
the
center.
house. Good call. Thank you, my friend.
It's been a long week getting this all prepped. I'm tired. Appreciate the chat help.
That help is definitely nice. We're going to actually flip our tree this way.
And then we're going to play it that the roots will be impossible.
So we're going to have like some slight... He's got to back up a little. So even though there's like no walls here, imagine that there are walls right here. Guys.
Bump you.
Yeah, whatever you got to do. I played 12 games of Sigmar last weekend. I am a tired boy.
You are a tired boy.
And then I had to deal with the unfortunate happenstance of dealing with kidney stones for the last couple of days. It has been rough, guys. If I'm going to get kidney stones every time I 5-0, I'll stick with the 4-1s. I swear. Do not wish that kind of pain on my greatest enemy.
All right. A couple other things that we did. You'll see when the cards pop up here in a couple of minutes once we finish the rest of this out.
Mm-hmm.
They are numbered. The official cards aren't numbered. We just figured it'd be easier for Chairgrot and us just to look at the cards and know what those cards are.
Yep.
Also, the boards that you get from GW have symbols on them.
Yeah, the objectives are printed on the board itself. When you get the launch box in July or the end of June, you're going to get a board in them that is double-sided for Akshi and Giran. It has the objectives already marked on there for you. We obviously don't have that.
Yeah, so like there's 3 cards in the deck that'll tell you to get a specific objective. And normally you would look at the symbol that's on the card, match that to the board, and go for that symbol.
Yes.
So I basically just changed those cards to be numbers, and as you see, all the objectives are numbered.
One has a skull, the other has a dragon face, the other has an actual dragon, then there's a serpent, and I can't remember what the last one is.
Yeah, and then the way we have this set up is we have control markers, so we'll pop these in place. Red for the attacker, which would be me. Blue for the defender, which would be Eli.
So you guys can see at any point who controls which objectives, which is going to be pretty awesome. One of the good things about this kind of like objective style that's going to be in 4th edition, a 40mm circle to actually be able to use to identify the objective.
Yeah, really good. And then from everything that we've seen, they're not impassable, so you can.
From everything we've seen, from what we saw in the Spearhead demos, from what we saw in the 4th edition stream, like nothing impassable about the objectives, which is very good.
Yeah.
And get on the circle.
Yeah, essentially, basically, it's get on the objective, have as many dudes as you have one on there. And then, I don't know if 40k has sticky objectives.
40k does not have sticky objectives,
okay,
as far as I know.
Yeah, so Age of Sigmar does. So what a sticky objective means is once you have control of that objective, you can walk away, and you can still retain control of that objective.
You have control of the objective as soon as you take it until someone takes it from you. Is pretty much it. And in AOS, you check what objectives you control at the start of the game. After deployment is done, any objectives that you are on, you gain control, and then you have control of them until until someone takes it from you. So you can freely move away if you take the first.
All right, we got our train down. We got all that explained. Comes back to me as the attacker. Basically, I deploy my entire army.
Yep.
So
you just get 1 regiment. Hence why you have the 1 regiment ability.
And then we're 6 inches off the center.
Yes.
I'm going to go with
40k has sticky objectives on certain units, Jeff. Okay, that's good to know.
Okay. Yeah, I have not.
So Hungry Panda, just to clarify, because neither of us play 40k. Jeff hasn't played in a long time. I've never actually played 40k, even though I own 40k models. If you take control of that of the objective with the unit, can that unit walk away and you still control it? Is that how that works? Is it just like specific because you took it with that kind of unit? I'm very curious.
Yeah, another thing in Spearhead is champion models, such as, command models, I should say.
Interesting.
Such as your champion, your...
Oh yeah, command models basically don't exist. No banner, no musician, no actual champion.
That's the word I can think of. Musician.
Yeah. Those don't exist on these units. Mostly because for a lot of the vanguards, you get 1 unit of them. For example, the Seraphon vanguard comes with 1 unit of 10 warriors.
Yep.
You only can build 1 champion, 1 musician, 1 banner holder, right? So, but in Spearhead, you split that into 2 units of 5. Well, they can't all have everything you need. So it just doesn't matter. Just build the models. Yes, you do want to build the models like the front of the box if you are concerned with exactly which would build as far as playing Spearhead goes. The models on the way it looks on the front of the box, yes, is how they design the rules.
Yeah.
They base them off of what they advertise, which makes sense. You're looking at the box and you're like, okay, cool, that's cool. I want to play with an Iron Blaster, for example. If you look at the ogres, so you get an Iron Blaster. They're not going to give you rules for the Noblar Scrap Launcher, despite the fact that kit can build the Noblar Scrap Launcher.
Yeah. Or if like
you play what's on the box, which
Yeah.
makes sense. You're looking if you're introducing someone to the game, you're like, this is cool. Look at this box. Like, that's cool. I want that box. I'm going to build that box.
Yeah, it's a super cool format. I mean, or like most people that play Age of Sigmar don't care about WYSIWYG, so really, if you want to invoke Rule of Cool, that's typically fine as well.
Yeah. It's just one less pressure thing for somebody getting into the game that if they're like, I don't know what to play. Like,
Yeah,
just build what's on the box. If you decide later you want to run into something else, cool. That's fine. But like, you need a starting point, just build what's on the box.
Yep. All right, Eli, I am deployed.
You are deployed, so now I get to go. So here's the thing, guys. Do I go ahead and just take his bait and just put all my Kroxigor right on the front line and say, come at me, bros? Not knowing what my tactics cards are, and therefore not knowing in the slightest how I'm going to be able to fight. And he also gets to choose how we start the game.
Yeah. I will be choosing who goes first.
Because he is the attacker.
Yep. I
For
played
those
a
of
little
you that have been playing Sigmar, that part is the same. Whoever finishes deploying first gets to choose who goes first. And guess what? Still the attacker.
You want to talk about the new coherency rules, Eli?
The new coherency rules. So for those of you who have been playing Sigmar for a while, you know that the your models, when they successfully make any move, have to end that move and be within 1 inch of one model in their unit, unless they have 7 or more models, in which case they have to be within 1 inch of 2 models in that unit. Anytime you finish a move, it has to be coherency. But when you in the old rules, when you pulled models away, they didn't have to be in coherency when you pulled models away. In 4th edition, anytime you remove a model, you have to still be in coherency.
Yeah, and it is half inch too.
And coherency range is now half an inch between models. Still the same criteria model count wise. If you are 6 models or less, it's half an inch of one other model in the unit. If you are at 7 models or more, you have to be half an inch of 2 models in the unit. Which is, again, a little bit weird. In 4th edition, it's going to be interesting to figure out pulling casualties and all that kind of stuff to affect pile-in ranges and that kind of thing. Combat is going to change a whole lot. And if you don't want to worry about it much, just fail all your dice rolls and lose all your models. Yeah. Then you don't got to worry about it anymore.
Yeah. Do you want to go over the tenets of winning Sigmar for our new people?
No, you can go for it.
Stand on circles, kill the heroes, and roll 6s. Do those 3 things and you're a champ.
The steps are in the wrong order. But yes, that is in fact what I like to colloquially call, as many of my friends in Texas Sigmar have heard me joke, it's called the plan. The plan, trademark. If you stick to the plan, you win games of Warhammer. If you don't stick to the plan, you lose games. It's just that simple. As Jeff said, the 3 steps are roll 6s, kill the heroes, and stand on the circles. If you don't do that, you lose.
Yep.
It's a very reductive way to play Sigmar, but that's the joke. With that being set up, this is how the board looks, y'all.
Yep.
Jeff, who's going first?
All right, let's see. We've done that bit. All right, so we draw cards first.
We draw cards first.
I think so. Let's see. Employment.
So do we draw the twist card first?
We don't know the twist. Like we don't know the twist until after.
We don't know the twist until after priorities determined.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we draw cards.
So we draw cards and we get to look at those before Jeff decides.
Actually, no. It's twist then tactic. Okay.
I'm wrong. Ignore me completely.
Yeah. So yeah, if we follow the thing that I wrote.
Amazing.
Attackers choose who takes the first turn. Later battle rounds, players make a priority roll. Determine underdog. Draw twist cards. Draw battle tactics cards.
Yeah.
All right.
So you determine who goes first, and then we look at all the cards.
That's
interesting. Who's going first?
Uh,
And again, 4 of the objectives, guys, have been now taken over.
Yeah.
Two controlled by Jeff, 2 controlled by myself, and the middle one is currently unoccupied.
I think I'm gonna let you go first.
You're gonna let me go first.
Yeah.
You let me try to run into you?
I am.
All right, cool. Is it time for the twist?
It's time for the cards first.
Cards first. Okay, cool. We pulled ours to the side earlier, so that way Chad, our chair grot, could understand and be set up for what cards we have. So he will be able to put those on screen for you guys so you guys can see what our hands are.
Yeah, let's explain how scoring works.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so basically, as we score these, the way that basically all Sigmar works is you hold 1 objective,
Mhm.
you get 1 victory point.
Yep.
If you hold 2, you get 2 victory points. If you hold more than your opponent, you get another one, so you can get a total of 3.
So you can get 3 on primaries.
Yep.
Then
We got these cards.
we have tactic cards in our
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, so each of these cards is split into 2 different sections.
Yes.
We got the battle tactic up on top, which is worth an additional victory point,
Mhm.
or we can scrub that battle tactic and use a command.
Yes.
You can score any number of cards your turn. So I
Yes.
mean, if I hold 1, hold 2, hold more, I could dump all 3 cards and I can score 6 a turn.
Yes. And you can get 3 additional VPs. The twist card can also potentially score you more VPs. So you can score a ton of VPs in a turn. But the drawback to doing that is if you spend the card for the tactic,
You can't get the VPs.
you can't get if you spend the card for the tactic to get the VP, you don't get the command ability. If you spend the card for the command ability, you don't get the tactic VP, and the only chances you have to re-up your deck is in between rounds.
Speaking of the twist card, Eli,
Let's flip it.
let's see what that does.
The Giran twist is Alariel's Blessing. It says that the underdog, which there is no underdog because nobody has less points than the other, can pick one of the effects below. If there's no underdog, we roll off and the winner picks the effect.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll off, whoever wins.
I got a 5.
I also got a 5, so we
Cool.
got to re-roll.
Got a 1.
I got a 3, so I get to choose, and there's 2 effects on this one. There's the Shield of Thorns that says I get to pick a friendly unit on the battlefield. That unit gets a ward of 6 this battle round. If the unit already has a ward, you add 1 to ward rolls. Really good if you're playing something like Nurgle. Plus
Yeah.
1 to ward rolls means you get a unit that has a 4-up ward.
Yeah.
Or you can pick a Reign of Jade, which says pick up to 3 friendly units on the battlefield and heal D3 for each of those units. Roll for each. I'm going to go with the Shield of Thorns. I'm going to give my Crocs a ward of 6 up.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's what I'm going with this battle round. With that being said, I get to look at my tactics cards because I have no idea what these are.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Let's have a good game, though.
Yeah, it'll be
All
fun.
right. Okay, that's a thing. Also a thing. Also pretty good. Okay. Hero phase abilities. I am going to use Ancient Warlord from my Carnosaur. I'm going to give my Crocscore +1 to charge rolls this turn. That's all for my hero phase abilities. Jeff, do you have any hero phase abilities that you can do on my turn?
I do not.
All right, then we go right into movement phase. I'm going to use normal move abilities from my team.
Okay.
Normal move ability, a 5, which is going to get really weird saying ability like 40 different times.
It is.
Or 200 times in a game, I should say. Because everything's an ability in 4th edition now.
Yeah. Like everything. Like deploying is an ability.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
All right, for the Warriors here. I'm going to go ahead and run my Warriors.
Okay. How does that work?
I also have to make sure I didn't cheat. I didn't move to the cheat step. I'd only moved 5 inches instead of... Okay, cool, I did. So run. Run ability. Just like old Sigmar, running is just taking your normal movement characteristic and adding d6. These Warriors run 1 additional inch. So they move 6 inches total.
We do have abilities on these pieces of terrain. We have unstable, which basically means you could walk right through it, which is really cool.
But you can't stand on them.
Can't stand on anything that is less than an inch in height,
Yes.
which is really cool because, like, if you're in runes and you don't want to get out of those runes, or you're behind a wall, you just basically walk through that wall.
Yep. Okay. Move that Carnosaur up. His normal move is just 10. And then I'm going to run the other warrior unit. They get 2, so they get to move 7. Spicy. Okay. Voila. That's movement phase. Do you have anything at the end of my movement phase? Any abilities you want to use?
I have a couple I could possibly use, but I think I'm gonna save this for right now. You're looking at what? Advantage charge. I think we're good.
Okay. Then shooting. Thunderbolt Gauntlet is a 12-inch shooting range. I can shoot the Reavers. I can't shoot the Warriors. Can I shoot the Warriors over here? No, because of the terrain in the way. So we're going to shoot these Blood Reavers right in front of me.
Okay.
D6 attacks. Could be 2 attacks. Into the Reavers. 3s and 3s. That's 2 hits. 2 wounds at Ren 1.
Yeah, so a little differently than 40k. There's no strength versus a toughness mechanic.
No.
Basically, you have a static hit number, static wound number. So you got me with 2.
With 2. You're going to make 2 saves with Ren 1.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna pull 2 dudes.
Oh.
So we'll pull.
With a wound characteristic of 1, that means I just killed 2 dudes straight up.
Yeah, with a t-shirt armor of 6+, that means I lose lay dude.
Did they have a 6-up save before, or was it a 5-up save?
It's a 6.
No. In third edition.
In third, it's always a 6.
It's always a 6?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then, charge phase. Unless you have something at the end of my shooting phase.
I do not.
Okay.
And then, yeah, once we go through shooting, charging is...
Yes, Alex, Saurus Warriors are typically a 10-man unit, but in Spearhead, it's just 2 units of 5.
Yep.
There's no champion units champion models that matter, so you just split it up. I'm going to charge with the Croxor. I get +1.
All right.
That's a 6 +1 for a 7. I don't think that gets me in.
I think that just gets you in.
It just gets me in.
So I measured that because I was maybe going to KG do something. Oh, that is really close.
It's super close.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this.
We got the technology.
We got the 6.
We got the 6.
Which means I can then use the 1 to figure out. And now, just like before, just like 3rd edition, your charge moves have to end within half an inch of a unit in order to successfully complete the charge. The difference between 3rd and 4th edition, at least to my knowledge, is that you do not have to be within 12 inches in order to declare a charge move.
That's correct.
Yeah, you now can just declare a charge move, but you can only move 2d6 or 2d6 plus bonuses. So you can charge from 13 inches away and potentially get it if you have +1 in charge.
Yep. Or if you're a cool new unit like the Prosecutors.
Or if you're a cool new unit like the Prosecutor.
You basically can...
A lot of 3d6 charge in Stormcast.
There is a lot of 3D.
Feels like there's a lot of 3d6 charge in Stormcast specifically. Don't know if there's going to be a lot in general.
Yep.
Going to get right there, and then this last unit's going to... This last guy's just going to kind of get over here, because, hey, guess what? 3 inches? I'm going to get over that unit and still be able to contest that objective. Now that combat range is just, well, combat.
Yep.
That's going to be all the charges that I make.
Okay.
Do you have anything at the end of the charge phase you want to do?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm
all right,
good.
cool. We're going to go to combat.
Yep.
My general's not engaged with anything, so I don't get any of those abilities.
Yep.
I am going to go ahead and attack with the Croxigor.
So how does combat work, Eli? What are we doing here?
So for combat, and you have to hit the specifics, you actually know a little bit more about this than I do.
Okay.
When you pick a unit, you get to make a pylon move that's 3 inches. If I remember correctly, if you are engaged with multiple units, you cannot end that move outside of engagement of any units that you're engaged with. So even if that's just one model it stays within 3 inches of a unit, you still have to keep them all in engagement range.
Yeah, and then the way it works is for pylons now, you pick your target unit within 3.
Yes, and then you have to and then everything in your unit has to be at least as close to that unit specifically, while not pulling any enemy units out of engagement. Yep. It's going to be really interesting for doing for certain like pincer strategies. It makes it easier to pin larger model big hero units now than it was before, because you can't escape out of combat range of anything.
Yeah,
but it does give you a little bit more flexibility for stuff like this. I am going to just make sure I'm here. everything there is within 3 inches, so everything can fight because the combat range is just 3 inches. There's no weapon ranges anymore, which I am going to kind of miss. I like that little that kind of game with it, but it's going to be interesting to get used to.
It'll be quick.
The other thing as well, if I pulled a unit in combat, like I don't know if I pulled those Blood Warriors into combat there.
You did. Did you want to?
I did. Yes. No, I did.
Okay.
Is that now Jeff is engaged? He can then pull them in. If I had a second activation with the Kroxigor, I then could not get out of combat range with the Blood Warriors because I'm now in engagement range.
Yeah, and then the way combat works differently than 40k basically is it's back and forth. Regardless of how many times Eli charges, basically it's you pick, I pick, you pick, I pick.
And the weird thing between 3rd edition and 4th edition, 3rd edition, combat was always like that, and any abilities typically result afterwards. Now, combat is designed so that all abilities will happen before any combats happen. There are no abilities that either of us have before activations this time around, but if we did, we would both do our activations, active player, non-active player. Then we would both do our combats, alternating with me. I'm going to start with the Kroxigor. Into those Blood Warriors. They have 8 models, so guess what? I have 12 attacks and exploding 6s. Every 6 I hit is a critical hit that gets me an extra attack. Morathi dice don't fail me. I hit on 4s, so I fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But guess how many 6s I rolled?
How many? 3?
3. So I get 3 extra attacks back.
Nice.
Yeah. That's 4s to hit, 2s to wound. Morathi did not fail me. I have 2, 4, 6, 8 Ren 1 attacks, which means this Blood Warrior unit is dead zone. That's 2 damage apiece.
Well, they're not Blood Warriors, but they are dead.
I'm sorry, Blood Reavers.
All right.
It's a free blood tithe. So Jeff now gets a blood tithe because the unit died.
Yep. Their job.
They did their job, and now Jeff gets to attack with his Blood Warriors because I pulled them into combat.
Yep. These guys die. I get a blood tithe.
Yeah, crit 2 hits, exploding 6s. It's colloquial. It's slang. If you knew what I meant, I expressed it correctly.
All right, so we will pile into the only unit within range. I think what we need to do as a community is do this. We measure 6. We know they're all in combat. We put them where we want. Makes it really quick.
But you still can only move 3 inches, which is important for contesting objectives.
Yep.
And measuring ranges to pull other units in, yada yada. You still get all the cool, fun stuff.
Yep. All right, so Blood Warriors. They have Gore Axes and Gore Fists. They are 3 attacks each.
And remember, this round, I've got a ward of 6 up on those Kroxigor.
So 15 attacks.
15 attacks.
Looking at 4s and 3s. I don't do any fun stuff like Eli does.
Nah.
That dice is super fucked.
He only does fun stuff when his models die.
Yeah. All right. So 4s, we're good there. That's pretty damn good.
I'm sorry if you think we're going a little bit slow. This is like, apart from the promotional stream, the first stream Spearhead game.
Yeah.
Like, we want to take it a little bit slow. We want it to kind of be an intro game so people can really follow along.
Yeah, we will pick up. Don't worry.
We'll pick up speed.
All right, so I got 5 at 1 rent.
5 at 1 ren means we're going to 5 up saves on these Kroxigor. I saved 2 of them. Each one of those does 1 damage.
Yep.
So I have a ward of 6 up. So each of these on a 6, boom, I save 1 more. So I take 2. I'm going to mark 2 damage points on this Kroxigor unit.
How does damage work?
So damage is now not allocated on a model-by-model basis like it used to be. You now just attach damage to a unit, and when you hit the health characteristic of a unit, you then just remove the appropriate model and subtract the wound characters from the total. So if I end up getting to 7 damage taken, I'll remove 1 model and then subtract 6 because that's how much I lost. But you do not actually remove models until you hit the health characteristics. So you're no more worried about whether you put the wounds on the right model, and messing up your coherency and stuff based on that, because you don't got to worry about it until you actually lose the model. So through here, those 2 wounds are just attached to the unit, not to that model behind, and this Kroxigor unit has 6 wounds. This London break lasts forever. It sure does.
All right, so I got my blood tithe. We did our fights. They are outside of 3.
Yep.
End of turn, so we do scoring.
We do scoring. I am going to take over this objective. So I'm going to hold 1, 2 more for my first 3. I am then going to use 2 tactics. I'm going to do battle tactic. The Behemoth die. I complete the battle tactic if I control objective 5 at the end of my turn. Hey, guess what? I totally do. And then I'm going to also use the Jacrothian die You can complete this battle tactic if you control objective 1 at the end of your turn. Hey, guess what? I do. So that's going to be another 2 VP for me. So that's going to be 5 total for me, and that's going to be discarded. So I don't get to use those command abilities, which were all pretty solid. But
all right, you got 5.
So I have 5.
All right, we will go to my turn.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Real quick. End of my turn, I'm going to activate Predatory Fighters. So there is a unit that Jeff has engaged with my army. So on the 3 up, I rolled a 1. He does not take a mortal wound.
Sweet.
Now we go to Jeff's turn.
All right, so
Now, important to note, end of turn abilities, if I remember correctly, will happen before VP scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that impacts objective control and all that kind of stuff, don't forget to do those before you actually score victory points. That's why a lot of control debuffs are probably going to be at the end of the turn, or they last till the end of the turn. I don't get to sit here. Jeff has to figure out what to do.
all right, so
1 blood.
we're doing it. We're just going.
We're just going for it?
All right, yeah, we're gonna
Balls to the wall. I love
we're gonna
it.
blood boil.
Hell yeah.
On a 4 up.
That's a 6.
That's a 6. I will do 3 mortal damage to that Croxagore unit.
All right. We go to 5.
All right. I will blood.
Oh, actually, I have a ward of 6.
You do
So
have a
let's
ward.
see. I'm going to award 2 of them. I only take 1.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
All right. We will blood sacrifice
Blood sacrifice.
on a 2 up. We will pick. We'll pick the Skull Crushers. They will take mortal wounds.
All right.
I'm sorry. They will suffer 2 mortal
They suffered
damage.
2 mortal damage.
I will get a blood size.
It's 2 out of 5. It's probably the only damage they're going to take.
Okay.
Croxy and Khorne suffers a handful of blood warriors, and 2 up save Skull Crushers, my man.
All right.
Either the Carnosaur is going to eat the Skull Crushers, or I'm going to get run over by them.
All right, and then we're going to go with Unholy Flames, which
Unholy
is my
Flames.
enhancement. On a 4 up. Do not get it.
No extra rend.
Oh, sure.
The spirits are even broken in his spearhead. Look, what I like about this spearhead is that it's playing Diet Coalesced. It's like a very condensed version of Coalesced. There's no scaly skin, which would actually be really broken in spearhead. -1 to damage when you have very limited enhancements to get around that and interact with that kind of mechanic would be backbreaking. But it's just like it's some warrior units, some Croxagore, and a Carnosaur. Like it's just fun, man. I don't cast spells. I don't have any spells. I have one battle trait that involves that guy getting in combat. They very much designed Seraphon Spearhead that's like, hey, you want to get in a fight with lizards? Get in a fight with lizards, man. It's very fun, which is why I like to go Orc Brain with it.
Yep. All right, so we're going to movement phase. Let's go. Move.
Movement phase.
Blood Warriors. I like to move the front and the back. Cool.
And I gotta check my 1 tactic card. No, I don't got anything with it. None of my units have reinforcements. If I want to get something back, I gotta draw that tactic card to do it.
You gotta do it like a man.
I gotta do it like man.
Like a man.
Like maybe I'll lose some Croxagore. I'll draw that card that lets me retreat, take no damage, and on a 5 up bring Croxagores back. That would be sweet. But no, I have no reinforcement ability straight up because my army is durable.
Yeah, as far as the way movement works in Age of Sigmar, I mean, as far as like being near units and stuff like that, you need to respect the 3 inches.
Yes.
You need to stay outside of the combat range.
You got to charge into combat. Jeff, on the other hand, his reinforcement unit is his Blood Reavers.
Yeah.
So he can bring them back at the end of this turn if he wants to.
Which should be right now.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm good right now. I think we're okay.
We got a bit of a raffle stomp in the middle here.
Yeah.
There's not as many good places for him to bring him out the board, especially because they got to be 6 inches on the board edge. So
yeah, let's do shooting phase. Okay, cool. We're done with that. Let's charge. All right, we're gonna go with those Blood Warriors.
go for it.
Looking at a 7.
Now here's what I want to know. There's a tactic card that gives a unit a 5 up ward, right? With the Guran twist, would that change it to a +1 to make it a 4 up ward? when they have a 6-up board right now.
That is a
I would love to ask Matt Rose if I had the chance to pick his brain. One of the coolest parts about going to the Dallas Open this weekend was that a lot of the Sigmar design team was there, including head designer Matt Rose, and we got to pick his brain directly and interact with him directly, and you got to see basically feedback in real time for Spearhead, which was super super cool.
For me that was the most fun of it.
He's a really nice guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah,
him, Ben Johnson, they're all great.
They're honestly really receptive to feedback, and it was really cool just to ask him like
why did you do this? Well, this is what we were thinking and why we did it.
I asked him why Battleshock went away, and he was honest and didn't like lie to me or give me like a real BS answer.
Why did he tell you? What did he say?
So the reason that Battleshock went away for the most part, it was for what he told me.
Mm-hmm.
For how much of it is true or not true. I didn't feel like he was lying to me or trying to pull my strings. They said that basically for whatever like any kind of testing they did and everybody they asked, in addition to it being kind of a have not system where about 2/3 of the armies didn't care about Battleshock,
mm-hmm.
and 1/3 of the armies were basically critically hurt by Battleshock, like Skaven, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to balance. And there were a lot of mechanics that had to go into balancing it in ways that kind of took design space away from other parts. And through that and through feedback they got from testing otherwise,
mm-hmm.
it wasn't really like adding as much to the game with a system that's already as complex as Sigmar.
Yeah.
So they decided to take it out. I would love for them to figure out a way to add it back in future editions in a way that is more fair and less have not in the world, because Battleshock is wild, because Battleshock is cool. I think it adds an interesting element. Apparently, I'm the only one, according to Matt and Ben.
I like my dudes not running away.
But there's a fear element that added to it. I like it, but it was nice to get like what I felt was like a genuine answer.
Yeah,
from Matt Rose to just be like, we just felt it wasn't worth including going forward for XYZ. I was like, I can respect it as long as you put like actual time and didn't just like take it away just cause, right?
Yeah, that's one thing. Like they've done a lot of everything is all tested and feedback and stuff like that, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, so I did make my charge with a 3. Just got in there because I was 3 inches out.
Just barely.
I do 1 mortal damage on a 2-up.
Yeah, head designer didn't realize he broke Seduce to Sigmar. Yeah, you know, the dude's learning. Dude learned. Tried to figure it out. KO also existed.
Yep. Give me a ward save from my charge.
Nope. So 1 damage?
1 damage.
All right, Skaven never Battleshock. I have had to Battleshock some Skaven, right? Like, just because Clan Rats can bring D3 back doesn't mean they didn't lose any beforehand.
Did we get to play any other armies? I have played OBR. We have rules for Sylvaneth, Stormcast. I think this might be a thing. So next week we might trot out another army.
I have not played with other armies, but over the weekend I played against Nighthaunt, Sylvaneth, Nurgle, which were all very fun. I would love to.
Yeah, all of them are really unique, and they play.
AOS 4th edition is Fallout 76. Sylvaneth looks sad in Spearhead, but hey, you can get enhancement on that branch witch to get Tree Song and just get an additional rend on all of the Tree Lord's attacks. Let me tell you, if you get it off, it slaps because there's no unbinding in Spearhead.
So speaking of that, we did a test game with Joe and Matt. Skaven versus Khorne, or Sylvaneth versus Khorne.
Yeah.
And Matt didn't lose a model.
Yeah.
Like Sylvaneth may look weedy, but yeah, they're fun.
Was IDK featured in any way? They are going to have Spearhead rules, but we did not see any in Dallas. It was not a box available. They had some extra rules for boxes that weren't there. Like Khorne was one of those where we know them because Scott decided to play, which is very fun. But there was no ogres, there's no deacon, there was no man crushers. There's a lot of Spearhead rules that we don't know.
Yeah. All right, so my skull crushers are 3 attacks each, which would be 9. I am +1 damage on the charge, so I am 3s and 3s, 1 rend.
Well, holy crap, guys!
So 3. That'll be 6 hits.
Okay.
Looking for 3s again.
Yeah.
Oof. I roll like I always do. That'll just be 1, Eli.
Just 1?
At 1 rend.
At 1 rend means a 5-up. which I rolled a 4. So how much damage?
That'll be 2.
2. All right, I fail both of those. I go to 6 damage points. I lose Un Kroxagor. I'm going to take out this one, so I stay 1 on the objective. I'm sure Gargants are really fun. Their Spearhead is just 3 man crushers. Like that can't not be fun.
So I did ask Ben Johnson his favorite Spearhead, and he said
This says the Suns one. Yeah.
He said either Suns or Gloomspite.
Yeah,
so.
the Gits one looked really fun to play. Stabas that basically never die, Frogs that basically never die. If they do, you could potentially like I don't know if you can bring them back. But either way, like
that's cool.
Like what was it? 3 of the 4 undefeated ones at Dallas were Gits.
So Skull Crushers are 4s. These dice are killing me. And 3s. No. All right, it is your pick, my friend.
All right. Let's see. With that being said, well, you got those Blood Warriors engaged in combat with me, but I don't think they're going to pick up another Kroxagor. So we're going to do Warriors here. So we're going to get this guy over. Guy's going to come up here. And get this guy. This guy's going to come up and be able to fight. But I don't know if the last guy can. Let me see. Where's that 6-inch? Oh, he sure can. So he's going to move his 3. And be engaged. So we're going to get all 5 of them in. That's 10 attacks. 3s and 3s. Yo, I want to thank you for your Marathi dice. They are rolling well for me. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at -1 into those Blood Warriors.
5 at -1. Blood Warriors are base 3. Puts me on a 4-up.
Get that nice die roll. Die roll ASMR, everybody.
I will pass 3, fail 2. Damage?
Pass 3, fail 2, damage 1 each.
1 each. That'll be a dude.
Yes, and they don't have a ward because they haven't fought. The Skull Crushers do, though.
Correct.
All right, what is the simplest, most beginner-friendly army? Oh, that's tough. In Sigmar,
Stormcast.
probably Stormcast.
Yeah.
Like they're that army is designed to be a lot of elite MSU units that are able to go and just trade well, right? They have a lot of units that are very individual. 4th is going to kind of be I feel like more beginner friendly than usual. I know there's a lot of games that we can use like easy to pick up and hard to master. 4th edition feels very much like that to me.
So we're gonna kill this guy. He is gonna use his no respite abilities. So
no respite.
I will do mortal damage on a 4.
Ogres is also a pretty good one. You just throw your boys on the board. You charge. You eat. You're easy.
Yeah, and then another caveat from us too is like a lot of this, like rules for this particular game type are going to be different. I mean, generally when you see what was explained to me by the designers, when you see stats for a Spearhead army,
yeah,
that's that army's stats, like its move, its wounds, everything else. The things that'll change are its abilities.
Yeah, for the most part, the abilities are going to change. They may get an extra profile. For example, I can say this about the Kroxagor because we've seen the regular Kroxagor War Scroll. It was previewed.
Yep.
They have an extra weapon ability that has a different profile. It's they have the Moonhammer. That's 3s and 3s with Ren 1 and 2 damage apiece. But they also have different abilities than the one that we saw there. So the stats for the most part are the same, which is going to be nice for transferring up. I wouldn't call it AOS for dummies. After maybe before I got my hands on playing the core rules, I'd call it that. Doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Again, it sounds like a cop out to say easy to pick up and hard to master, but it really is going to feel like that. They took a lot of care in trying to figure out skill expression at a deeper level with stuff, and they very much were intentionally not. They were intentionally designing without trying to limit skill expression, just have it expressed in different ways.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to achieve that. I obviously don't know a lot. I'm not a tester. I don't know a lot about stuff. I can only speak on my experiences and what I saw. I'm very excited to play 4th.
All right, Eli. I failed my no respite.
You failed your no respite. I also want more people playing AOS. Frank, so we're of the same mind. That's why we're here. That's why we do this channel.
Yep.
We want to show people more AOS. That's why people like Season of War exist.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to choose.
A group of us X-Wing guys are into AOS now, and our starting factions are Lumineth, Sylvaneth, Caratron, Starborn. It's definitely a fun learning experience.
That's great.
That's wild. That's a wild group of 4 to start with.
All right, so I picked these Dino Bros here as my target for pile-in.
Any armies have a little bit more focus on shooting? What do you target?
I targeted them.
You targeted them? Okay. Yeah, so
I
all your
just,
attacks go
I
into
just
them.
called them. Yep.
Yep. Any armies have a little bit more focus on shooting, a little bit more. Caradron Overlords are the de facto shooting army in AOS. Their whole shtick is built around shooting in the game, and
Actually,
moving to do it.
I'm gonna split attacks.
You split attacks.
I'm gonna split attacks. So because I got my fancy 3-inch range, so I did target them for the pile-in. So I moved around. If you're in combat with multiple units, which 3-inch range is huge.
3-inch range is huge.
So I'm gonna put these 3 bros
Into the Crocsword?
into the big bros.
Okay.
And then the one guy will go into the unit. So I will do one guy into the unit. He is 4s.
And yeah, guys, you aren't kidding. Like that group of 4, like that's a hardcore way to learn.
2 at 1 rend into.
All right. I'm on the objective, and since I control it, I get +1 to my save. So Rend 1 cancels it out.
Do you control it? You don't.
Well, you don't take control until the end of the next turn.
You're right.
Yeah, so 4-ups. I save 1, I take 1. What's the damage?
Just 1 damage.
Just 1. Where'd I put that die? We got 1 point. These are 2 health models. Nice. All right, and then into the Crocsword.
Yep. And then these.
You're getting yelled at for splitting attacks.
I need to kill those Crocsword.
But yes, if you want to know, the most shooty army in the game is Caradron Overlords, and then there are other armies in the game that have a decent amount of shooting or shooting heavy builds, like Cities of Sigmar. Lumineth have that, but they're not necessarily shooting focused in their design. 3,
neg 1.
Neg 1's going to be 5-ups for the Crocsword. They don't have that ability, but I'm going to save 1.
Your ward.
I still got my ward, so 1 damage each.
Yep.
So I'm going to take 2 more.
Okay.
So 2 go into that unit of Crocsword. And it is now their turn to fight.
Yeah, I should have kept him out. I'm pretty sure I measured.
Yeah, you were.
I did. Okay.
And then now I'm going to attack. I am going to throw. I want to throw. I'm going to throw everything into these Blood Warriors. They're the unit that I'm going to choose.
Okay.
Do I even have to move that Crocsword unit?
You're in combat with me right now.
Oh, so yeah, is that one in combat range with you?
Is.
Okay, then I don't even need to have to move. I'm going to just attack everything in there.
Okay, cool.
Because I want to keep that one guy on the objective.
So you're going here?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm attacking everything there. So this is going to be 4s. There's at least 5 models in that unit, so we get crit 2 hits. I have no crit hits, and I fail 6 hits out of 8. All right. But I get 2 hits at Ren 1 into the Blood Warriors.
Okay. Force. Pass 1, fail 1.
So 2 damage.
That's going to kill a bro. Let's kill the champion that we don't care about. He will do his no respite.
Oh, Sentinels have crit auto wound. Oh, that's interesting.
No respite.
No respite. Okay.
That's funny. Okay. All right. My go. I will choose the only unit that I can choose.
Yes, Skaven Scryer is also a very shooty army. However, be warned. You do that if you want to potentially do a lot of damage to yourself. Which is part of the fun. It's a roulette. Yeah, just don't roll ones. More warp power. Casino gambling. It's so much fun. Warp lightning cannons. Best fun I ever had. Sometimes you roll a power number of 1 and you do 12 mortal wounds. Sometimes you roll a power number of 6 and do 0. Very fun.
Okay. All those Blood Warriors into
the Crocsword?
Yeah.
Go for it. Lumineth Sentinels having crit auto wound instead of mortal wounds is interesting.
Let me ask you a question.
I can see that as a way to tone down mortal damage.
Oh, actually, never mind.
What up?
You're good. I'm just tired. Stupid. All right. 3 attacks each. We're looking at 4s. Man, these dice could roll 4s, that's for sure. Here's where they fail, though. 3s.
5 Blade Lords and reinforced 10 Spearmen with reinforced 2 5-man Sentinel units. Interesting. Well, they are a little bit squishier. I think everything's honestly, 4 up?
5.
1 wound. 5?
Yep.
Any Ren? Ren 1?
Ren 1.
5 ups. All right, I saved 1, so that's 4 damage.
Ward?
Yep. I'm going to ward 2 of them, so I'll
Nice.
take 2 more. So this Croxy Warrior unit is going to live.
It is going to live.
Just a tad longer. That's all of our combats.
Yep.
So at the end of the turn, I'm going to roll 3 up for every one of these units that are here.
Yep.
So on this Blood Warrior unit that I took a model out of, they take a mortal. Sure. They have 1 damage point allocated to them because they're 2 beasts. Right?
Yep.
2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Skull Crushers, they are fine. I rolled a 1. And the other Blood Warrior unit engaged with the Warriors, they're also fine.
Okay.
And that is it. Then we go to objectives. Jeff holds 1 and holds 2. Let's see. Does he take the middle? What's your control score?
So he's 2.
So he's worth 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Jeff's going to take over the middle here. Push that back because that model was on it.
Okay. Okay.
Ah. 1, 2, and more.
Okay. And let's play some cards. Definitely didn't get that. So
We're also going a little bit slower.
yeah, we're going way slow. We could play a game in less than 45 minutes. We're just
Jeff and I know these rules well enough that we probably could have been through all of round 2 by now, but
yeah. If you prefer that we pick it up, just let us know. We can
Yeah.
definitely do that. All right, I'm going to score Do Not Waver. You complete this battle tactic at the end of your turn if any from the units use the fight ability, and no friendly
so fast.
and no friendly units were destroyed.
No friendly units were destroyed. Heck
Yep.
yeah, so that's 1 extra point.
Yep.
So any more?
And don't get that one. I don't get that one. That's it.
We can go slow for at least game 1. If we finish this game quickly enough, though, we can go with a fast game 2.
Yeah.
So you're only going to get 4 points?
4 points.
Okay. So Jeff's going to end up with 4 points going to the end of the round, and then we roll priority for round 2.
Yep. 5.
I roll a 6. I'm going to keep it because I'm not taking the double turn because I went first in the previous round, so I get to still draw my cards. But before that happens, we draw a twist. Before we draw our cards, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Right? So, the Guran twist is perfect. I was about to shout you out, Chad. Chairgar came in. We have the Grasping Vines. So the underdog, who's Jeff, because he's down points. This is twist 1. Twist 1. The underdog picks an enemy unit on the battlefield. If there is no underdog, the players roll off. The unit is ensnared until the end of the battle round. You have its move characteristic, and you roll 1 fewer dice when making a charge roll for that unit. So Jeff, which unit would you like to have the move and make roll charge 1d6?
Which unit do you think?
What do you? I think it's going to be this guy right
Yeah, I think it's that guy too.
I don't know who just followed us, but we super appreciate it. It was something about Northwoods and something. But I super appreciate you. More follows the better. If you like what we're doing and you want to see us do more of it, we definitely really like Spearhead. We're going to be doing more of it in the lead up to 4th edition and afterwards as we take breaks from doing 2K Sigmar. If you like it, support us. Follow us. If you can spare a subscription, you can afford the cash or want to spend your free Amazon Prime subscription on us. We'd be super appreciative. You don't need to. We're small time, but we'd super love it.
Yeah.
And shout us out. Share us everywhere. The more eyes we get on us, the better. So anyway, that's the twist. I assume Jeff is doing it on the Carnosaur. He does not want that guy getting into combat.
Nope.
Now we pick our cards.
So I'm gonna so we have a choice here. Like, since I have a card, you can disc that card if you want to.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't discard what's in your hand.
I think I'm gonna dump both of mine actually.
I am not because I like what I've got in my hand. Dookie, thank you. You just subscribed with his Twitch Prime account.
Nice.
Oh my God.
We
It
super
feels like
appreciate
we're
you.
coming up on the big boys.
Yep.
7 and 9. I get to look now. We have to look at our cards. The whole. Gotta look. Gotta make decision points. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. All right, I'm good to go if you are.
I'm good.
All right, on my hero phase, I am going to choose to give these warriors +1 to their charge rolls.
Sure.
This turn. Then I'm going to go to my movement phase. I am going to start by measuring how far away these dudes are from the edge. Look at that.
8.5.
About a little over.
If you need to get to the edge, it's 9.
No. I want to get within 3.
Within 3? I wonder why.
I wonder why. Am I going to have to run? The answer is I'm going to have to run an inch. So giving them a charge isn't really going to mean much. I'm going to run those warriors there, though. All right, 3. So they're going to move 8. That's good. They're going to get around all the way around. Boop. The Carnosaur is only going to move 5 inches now. Short end of the stick here, so to speak. I'm going to move over here while still respecting that 3-inch zone here. Now, it's going to be real funny when I roll a 1-2 and I cannot get into combat.
You do need to respect the 3 here as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't see that because of the tree.
Yeah.
Let's back it up. Back it up here.
Get off my lawn, Eli.
Yeah, you're right. Right there. It's going to put me a little bit further back. Okay. Shooting. I am going to start by shooting this unit of Blood Warriors right now. D6 attacks. For 2 attacks. 3s and 3s. Into the unit engaged with the Croxigore. That's 1 hit. 1 wound at Ren 1.
Ren 1, looking for 4s.
Good. Saved. All right, cool. Now we go to the fun move charge phase. 1 dice. Give me that 3-up. Give me the sweet 3-up. That's a 4. We are in combat. I've never been so excited to roll a 3-up in my life. Okay. We're going to munch right into this Blood Warrior unit right here. Good chunk. And then if you have any abilities in a phase, let me know.
Oh, I'm looking at it.
Okay, yeah, just making sure. I'm going to use that for attack of this. Pretty good. No, I'm going to use that ability this turn. That's variable. I'm not sure. All right, cool. Combat abilities. I have a combat ability that happens before we do combat.
Okay.
So, the Carnosaur is going to activate Beasts of the Dark Jungles. I am going to pick an enemy unit that I'm in combat with and try to eat a model from it. So, we've got, you don't have any damage points. You have damage points on that unit, right?
This unit and this unit.
Okay.
This unit's good.
I don't think I'm engaged with the Skull Crusher unit. Otherwise, that would be really fun to try to do.
You're just out.
I'm just out. Otherwise, that would be really fun to try to roll the 6 and eat a Skull Crusher. Instead, I'm going to try to eat this Blood Warrior unit that's engaged with the Croxigore. So if I roll a 3-up, because they're 2 wounds, right? They're 2 health. That's a 1, so I don't eat anything.
Huh.
And I have no more combat abilities. Do you have any combat abilities?
Not yet.
Okay. So I am going to I'm going to attack.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the Croxigore.
Makes sense.
I'm going to throw everything into the Skull Crushers.
Okay. What's Ren like for those?
It's Ren 1 for all of these. There's 8 attacks, 4s and 2s, Ren 1, 2 damage.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Yes, if you end within half an inch, but I do believe you still get to do the move. No. You do not get to do the move. If you cannot successfully make your charge, you do not get to roll your charge move.
Yeah, so if you...
Not in Sigmar, at least.
Yeah, if you snake eyes a charge and you're 3 inches away, you fail.
Yes, I think in 40k you can still make the move. It's just...
I have no idea.
I don't remember. There's some game that does that. Yeah. But yes, you have to end the charge within half an inch of a unit. Within half an inch. You don't have to be exactly half an inch away. But yeah, if you're at 3, then a 1 or 2, if I had a +1, would be able to get me in. Yep. But on a 1 or 2, I would not be able to move. You have to be able to land within half an inch. Okay, this is 4s to hit. Hey, look at that. Perfectly average rolls. I don't get that exploding 6 because there's only 3 models in the unit. That's going to be 4 at -1, though. Show me those 3-ups.
I will. Fail 1.
2 damage! And no ward because he hasn't fought with them yet. Only takes him to what? 4? Yeah, 1 damage away. That's all for them.
All right, so that was the Croxagore.
Yes.
Here, out of 3 there. We're just gonna.
But yeah, if I was 2.5 spaces away, I was 2.5 inches away, I'd be in combat, and therefore I wouldn't have to charge anybody. I would just pile up.
Right.
It's one of those weird things where like the minimum charge you need is like a 3 always. Weird intricacies of Sigmar.
We're gonna choose this unit as a target of my pile-in.
Which one? The Warriors?
No,
Oh, the Carnosaur. Okay.
the big bro.
The big back.
Completely.
It's got a reject his models.
Okay. All right.
And then where would you like your attacks to go?
We're gonna go on the Carnosaur.
In the Carnosaur. All right. I see how it is.
I want to bracket this guy before he.
You're gonna try to do 10 damage to it.
I know there's no way I'm doing it. but we're gonna try.
You're gonna try.
We're gonna do something.
Yeah.
All right. So looking at 4.
Well, we did say those dice could roll 4s.
They can't roll 4s. 3s.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That'll be 7 at neg 1.
All right, so 7 5-ups. Marathi took the wheel and gave me 3 saves, so 4. So he takes 4.
You got a ward?
Not on him. I do not have a ward on him, so I'll just have 4 taken on him.
Sure.
We'll use this die for now. Okay. I'm going to attack with the Carnosaur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to split attacks.
Okay.
I am going to throw the Relic Celestite Spear into this unit of Blood Warriors that you've already fought with, so they have a ward.
Okay.
I'm going to throw the Jaws into that unit there that
Okay.
does not have the ward. That does not have a ward on it. So, start with the Relic Celestite Weapon. This is going to be 5 attacks, 3 and 3s.
Talk to me again. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah.
back again. What's going where?
Spears there, and Jaws here.
Okay. Jaws are what?
So, 4s, 2s, run 2, 3 damage.
Okay.
3s, 3s, run 2, 2 damage.
Okay. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna play Steel Defense.
Yes.
Use pick a friendly unit targeted by an attack ability. Ignore their own characteristic of attacks to target that unit this turn.
Which unit?
The one that's gonna try to get bitten.
The one that's going to try to get bitten.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that doesn't have a ward. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and start with the spear. 3s and 3s. All right. That's 5 hits. And 5 wounds. 5 rend 2 into the Warriors.
Okay.
This unit of Warriors.
That unit. So that's looking at 5s. House 2.
So that's going to be 6 damage that you do have a 5-up ward for because you attack in combat. H. DeVore, thank you for subscribing with your Prime account. Thanks.
Awesome. Appreciate you, man. So 5 damage.
5 damage. And there was no damage marked on them, right? So
Correct.
you just lose 2 dudes and 1 floats over into the unit.
Which I love. Makes it so easy.
It does make it easy.
So I do like how.
I'm going to need to get real wound counters finally this edition.
Yeah, we are.
I got a 5-0. I'm in the big time now. Jeez.
So
Start getting real supplies, Eli.
2 guys die. Hey guys.
Hey, guys. No damage back.
No respite.
All right. Now, 3 attacks into them. This is just going to be 4s and 2s. No rend because of his special card. I do get all the hits, though. All right. 3 no rend attacks into the Warriors.
Thank God.
It would have been, imagine 3 2 rend.
Pass 2.
You pass 2. Okay, so 3 damage. So you just take 3, which you have a damage on there. Is just going to kill a dude, and then the last 2 kill another dude.
2 dudes are total, right? 3 damage?
Yes, 3 damage. 2 dudes total.
All right.
Big Red came in and said, chomp.
The cool thing I really like about No Respite is it just says slain.
Yes, the slain, which is nice.
So it's not, it'll always work. So you'll take 1 mortal back.
1 mortal back. Hey, look at that.
Murder rolls.
Murder.
I prefer murder rolls.
Murder. That's it for the Carnosaur's combat.
All right. Oh, that's me.
So you have 2 units that you can choose.
So We fought with those already.
Mhm.
Those bros did not fight.
That's exactly what happened. He bit him now. At the end of the turn, he's gonna bite him again and maybe do immortal.
Okay, we're gonna go with these Blood Warriors.
Okay.
We're gonna go. We're gonna pile in for the Carno. I can't fit there.
Big brain. Squeeze the little lanes.
That wasn't. All right, so we are. I think I memorized this by now. Force. That was an average roll, and 3s. 1 at 1 red.
1 at 1 red in the Carnosaur?
Yep.
All right, that's 5 up. I save it.
Okay, cool.
All right, now I'll attack with the Warriors. It's the only unit I have left.
Yep.
Choosing this Blood Warriors unit.
Okay.
Be my pile in focus. And we will throw everything. You know what we're going to do? We're going to throw 2 warriors into these guys,
Okay.
and the other 3 Saurus warriors into the Blood Warriors.
Okay.
So that's going to be 6 attacks into the Blood Warriors.
Okay.
3s and 3s. Oh, 2 hits. 2 wounds, Ren 1.
Fail both.
All right, 1 damage each.
The Warriors.
You get a 5 up ward with them because you fought with them. Just kill a dude.
Oh, dude.
And now we're going to do the 4 into the Skull Crusher. 3s. 4 hits and 3s. There's going to be 3 wounds. Ren 1.
Ooh. Yeah. Fail 2.
Ooh, 1 damage each. 2 damage. I'm going to kill a Skull Crusher. And he gets to choose which one he wants to move. And then he has 1 floating over in the pool.
All right. I didn't do my no respite.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see. Well,
We got to do it now because now I've actually resolved all my attacks.
yeah, no. Okay, just pick an enemy unit in combat with the unit. So we'll do the car now.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He'll take Immortal.
He'll take Immortal. All right, he is now at 6 taken.
Okay.
Do the Skull Crushers have it?
No.
No. Okay, so it's just the Warriors?
Just Warriors. All right, so we're going to pile into...
Well, thank you, Ash, for the follow. We super appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All right, there we go. So Jeff basically just rushed that Skull Crusher forward because he's still engaged with every unit that he was engaged with, the Croxigor, and he picked them as his focus.
Okay, so
Or
let's
he picked the
go...
Warriors as his focus.
We're going to go into the big boys.
Go to the big boys.
Yeah.
Into the Croxigor.
Into the Croxigors.
Okay, well, here we go. I get to do this ability.
Okay.
I am going to use Fight to the Last.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give that unit 5 aboard.
Nice, okay. All right, so we're going to 3s and 3s.
Because I would like this last 2 health on these Croxigor to stick.
1 at 1 rend.
1 at 1 rend means 5 up. I fail it.
Okay, 1 damage.
1 damage. 5 up. Fail.
Okay. And 4s. And 3. 1 at 1 rend.
1 rend means 5 up. Fail.
That one's going to be 3 damage.
3 damage. 5 aboard. All right. I failed 2. Take 1. So, saved 1.
Take 2.
Take 2 damage. That's going to put me at 7 total here, which is going to kill 1 model. I'm going to kill this guy and go back down to 1. There we go.
Okay.
And I think that's all the combats. All 3 of my units fought. Your units fought. I'm gonna let's go to end of turn abilities. I'm gonna roll for my mortals. This Blood Warrior unit with only 2 models left. On 3 up. They take a mortal wound.
Okay.
Is your ward until the end of the turn or just till combat?
That is a great question.
That's a good question.
Friendly units have 5+ if they have a fight ability.
Yeah, John. What else am I gonna do? Carnosaur's only hero I got, baby. Get on the board.
It says 5 up ward if they have used the fight ability in the same phase.
In the same phase. Okay, so end of turn is not the same.
Yeah.
It's not combat phase.
I'll take 1.
Yes, on the 2 model unit.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Frank. We appreciate it. 5 gifted subs! Woo!
Thank you so
Dude,
much.
thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm going to roll for the solo Blood Warrior. They're fine. And then I'm going to roll for the Skull Crusher. They take a mortal wound. That's all I got engaged with my unit. So, control score, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You have the
I
objective.
think I take the objective. So I'm going to take it. That puts me at 1, 2 more. And I'm going to go with raise as my battle tactic. I complete this battle tactic at the end of my turn. If there are any friendly units within 3 inches of the long battlefield edge in enemy territory, which is that battlefield edge. Those warriors ran over there and got it. So that's going to be a 4-point turn for me.
Nice.
To put me at 9 points total. And we get to flip this die back to the good boy. Now, the little dip makes things so easy. We get to put him right back on the center of the objective where he was. And bada bing, bada boom, we are where we were. And now I have just 1 card left. With no battle shock, we don't roll to see if we lose any models. We are just here to stay.
Love it.
It's going to be really interesting when you play the full game and there's more control score debuffs that kind of like balance it out. That was one of the ways that when I talked with Matt Rose, he said there was a lot of thought put into control score buffs and debuffs to balance out the fact that there's no battle shock, and therefore something else in order to interact with objective scoring points, which is really interesting. Like, for example, I don't know if you didn't see the Night Hunt article today, Lady Olander has a passive ability where enemy units within 12 inches of her -3 to their control score. Pretty good. And then Dread Scythe Harridans, the little horse dudes, when they charge, they get +3 to their control score for the turn. That's a 6-point control swing. Pretty
good. All right, we're gonna blood boil the Khorne. No, we're not.
Like, I think control score abilities, buffs and debuffs are going to be really solid.
We are going to blood sacrifice myself.
You're gonna blood sacrifice yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it. Oof. Take 3. Hurts, but I do get a blood tithe.
Hey, blood tithe is good.
I need a 3.
Yeah, and especially because I didn't give you one this turn.
Yep. Okay. We'll do Unholy Flames on 4.
Just let me know when you're done with your hero phase ability.
We'll do. So we will do that. We will put that on. We'll put that on the Skull Crushers.
Okay. Yeah, something I really like about 4th edition is that every ability is an ability, and you just go through with you on your turn. Active player does all your abilities, and then your opponent does any abilities at their turn. So it's very sequenced. There's no like anything that is a reaction is very clearly stated as a reaction in certain ways. Otherwise, it's just your abilities, their abilities, your abilities, their abilities. It's really nice per phase.
Okay. And I think we're good there.
All right, cool.
Don't do anything.
Enemy hero phase, stand guard. I am going to declare that the Carnosaur is going to have strike first for the turn.
Sounds good. All right, we go to movement phase.
Choo-choo.
So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to call for reinforcements.
Call for reinforcements. Oh, God.
We're going to put these guys.
Those blood reavers have spent so much effort killing.
Wholly within 6 inches of my territory.
Wholly within 6 inches of your territory. Okay.
Let me try that again. Within 6 inches of the battlefield edge. In my territory. And not in combat.
We completed a level 1 hype train. Thanks, y'all. Choo-choo. Heck yeah. I don't know, but it's hype. I'm not super versed in the Twitch verses, but that sounds like a really good thing to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We super appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody watching. This is honestly a bigger milestone than we thought. Then like, you know, you start these things and you think you're gonna get there, but like once you actually get there, it's wild. Amount of subs in a certain amount of time. Okay, that's pretty great.
All right.
We really appreciate that because that doesn't happen without y'all. We cannot force y'all to sub, so we appreciate it.
That's my movement. I think I'm leaving the Slaughter Priest there.
Makes sense.
Actually, dude, I'm gonna move him up a touch for reasons.
For reasons.
Reasons.
Glad you're here, Zerhart. Hope it's fun. We're gonna be doing a lot of Spearhead in the lead up to 4th edition. For most of us here in Texas, if we might have one more GT left, and that just depends entirely on whether we're going to Texas Masters at the end of June or not. I am, because I'm a crack addict and I can't get enough Sigmar, so I will play one more 3rd edition GT before the end of it. But here on the stream, a lot of people are excited to get to 4th and are kind of tired with 3rd. So guess what? We're going to play 4th edition.
All right, buddy. I am done. I'm not charging.
You're not going to charge?
I'm going to stick where I'm at.
Okay. Then you have no shooting, so we just go straight to combat abilities. Do you have combat abilities?
I do not. And you got strike first, my friend.
I do have strike first, but I have a combat ability before that happens.
Okay.
I am going to try to eat this one dude here.
Okay.
By rolling a 3 up.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not engaged with the Skull Crusher unit, am I?
No. Couldn't be.
I'm not. We'll see. We're just out.
I was being careful.
Really fun. So, all right, cool. I'm going to eat the solo Blood Warrior.
Okay. And he just dies.
He just dies. All right.
Oops. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
We'll get a blood tithe.
We'll get a blood tithe. What I am going to do is I'm going to pick them as my focus for piling. So I'm just going to pile around here. But now I'm engaged with the Skull Crushers. I'm going to throw all my attacks into the Skull Crushers.
Seems good.
Seems real good. Start with the 5 attacks. Relic, Celestine Spirit. Do you have any combat abilities as well? Or any reactions to my attacks?
I don't.
4th, play faster than 3rd. I think once you get your stuff down, it will, because of the way it goes back and forth. I think 4th will end up playing faster than 3rd. But
way faster.
For most of us, it's still gonna take some reps, right? Like Jeff and I are purposely going slower. We want people to be able to kind of follow along with what we're doing. We're not purposely trying to go fast. But I think Jeff and I are reasonably confident we could do this over like an hour and a half.
We played
from setup to finish.
When we played the test game with Matt and Joe, they never played.
Yeah,
I walked them through it. They were done in an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's
like the slowest games are going to be the people who have never played Sigmar before, who've never played a war game. Your fastest games are going to be 2 people who have played this mode before, and even then, like. My first game was against a friend of the stream who's been on the stream before, Dylan Corcoran, and we finished ours in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We did Sylvaneth versus Seraphon.
Yep.
All right, Relic Celestite Weapon, 5 attacks, 3s and 3s. All right, gonna fail 2. That's gonna be 1 at Ren 2.
Yeah. Isn't the Skull Crushers?
Yes, everything in the Skull Crushers.
Fail.
2 damage. And then 4s and 2s. All right, got 2 of those. All right, 2 at Ren 2.
Last one, fail 1.
All right, 3 damage. God. But yes, this is basically going to be a great way to play like skirmish Sigmar. If you're like me, and sometimes after a GT, you're burnt out in a way where you want to play Sigmar, but you don't want to play full 2K. It's a great way to do it. Or if you don't have enough time, like you can just play hour and a half Sigmar. It's compartmentalized Sigmar. It's really fun. Thank you, Gareth, for the follow. Yeah, that's great. And thank you, Rarhark, for the follow. Or Zerhark. That's awesome. But yeah, the game is much faster. Once you guys get it down, it's really streamlined. But it's streamlined in a way that it's clear a lot of thought was put into this game mode.
Yeah.
And I super appreciate it. They didn't just strip the game and just left it at that. It's very clear they did a lot of thought into the rules and balance and testing. It's very fun.
Yeah, from what I heard, they've been playtesting this for a better part of 2 years.
Yeah,
which there was a lot of games, a lot of effort went into making this really fun.
Which makes sense when you consider the fact that they made rules for every single Vanguard that's currently in the game.
Yep.
With plans that more are going to come.
We're going to go with the Skull Crusher. We're going to throw everything into the Crocscore.
Into the Crocscore. Go for it.
So looking for 3s. All 3 hit. Looking for 3s. 2 at Ren 2 because of Unholy Flames.
How many at Ren 2?
2.
2. So, and the Crossroads is going to be 6s to save. I fail both.
Okay, so 1 damage each.
1 damage each. You're taking.
And I don't get Unholy Flames on the mount because it's a companion.
Right. Companions, the only buffs that they get are all-out attack. That's the only one they can get, so you can get +1 to hit.
It's going to be 1 at 1 rend.
1 at 1 rend is going to be a 5 for the Groxor. That's a save.
Okay.
And then, yes, now my go. I will attack with the Lone Croxigor. We will go ahead and attack. We're going to focus pile in on this Blood Warrior unit here.
Okay.
And we are going to go ahead and pile 3 all the way this way. And I'm going to whack your Blood Reaver unit that came back. I'm going to have 4 attacks. Because your Blood Reaver unit has more than has 5 or more models, I'm going to get crit 2 hits on 6. Crit 2 hits. So, fail these, but I get 1 back. So, 2 hits, hitting on 2s. Give me 2 rend 1.
Damage?
2 each. So, 4 damage.
All right. We'll go with the Blood Warriors. Let's go into that Croxigor.
Heck yeah.
I'm sorry, the Carno.
Into the Carnosaur?
And the
got it.
Carno. Yep. 4s.
He's trying to get 4 damage on it so that the Jaws only have 1 attack.
That'd be nice. 3s. We got 2 at 1 rend.
2 at 1 rend, 5 ups. All right, I'm going to say 1, take 1.
1 damage.
We go to 7. Okay, start with these warriors. Now I'm going to pile and focus on the Skull Crusher.
Okay.
All of my attacks into the Lone Skull Crusher. So 10 attacks.
Hey, let's guys give
3s and 3s.
team some rules help. They seem to give a lot more reparative things.
I think part of the benefit was hiring a new head rules designer and basically being like, here.
Yeah.
Game's going to go into a new edition soon. Tinker around with the old edition. Only 1 save, rend 1 into the Skull Crushers, Jeff.
How many?
1.
Yeah.
And basically saying like, hey, you have about a year to kind of mess around and understand with the game, and then and you get a full edition change.
40K rules team hired 2 people recently. They have their own version of Matt Rose.
Hey, that's great.
That is awesome.
That's awesome to hear.
That is good to hear.
One of my favorite things that has come out that I know is going to be has to be the big brainchild of Matt Rose is the way that the rules are written. That kind of like sequence, the fact that everything is an ability, like that very well sequenced style of design. It very much took into care the complexity of the system in its ordering. So I'm very excited. If that kind of aspect alone goes into 40K, I think 40K will improve dramatic orders as a game, which will be awesome.
From what I understand, Matt has a background in video game design.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah, so he understands that kind of, and you can tell with the way that the game is designed, he understands that kind of like digital software ordering.
Yep.
Which is, and you can see that, and I think it works great for a game with this kind of complexity.
It's super cool. Like, I really do like how the rules are like passive,
Yes.
and like the way things are like described and descriptors and stuff. It definitely seems like it comes from someone
The
with
segmentation, the segment, like as for someone who has an engineering background, and I could recognize that just with the way that they're written. It's very exciting to see that kind of like style of technical writing reach the game.
All right, so
I think it's going to be a boon more than anything else. What are you hitting me with?
Reavers into the big boy.
They're into the big boy.
Actually, no. Let's do.
You still got this warrior unit as well.
I do. What fought? What anything has to fight for you yet? No, they fought.
No,
they definitely fought.
They fought.
Yeah.
Oh, so your Skull Crusher is what's left.
They
They
definitely fought because he had the 2 round.
You've done 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have nothing left to.
Okay, you're done. Okay,
yeah,
so
I did the warrior, so I've got everybody.
All right, so we're gonna do. Let's do the priest.
The future is rosy is a great pun.
I
will give that to you.
That's awesome.
That is a Matt Robish level pun. If he was here, he would definitely be chuckling and appreciative. Of that.
So 2 at rend 1
into the which guy again? Into the Croxor?
Yeah.
5 ups. I fail 1, I take 1.
2 damage.
All
right.
He's alive with 1 wound.
Is he though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might not be for long, but
I hope not. These Reavers are like, bro, what up? 2, 3, 4. Blood for the blood god! We need 4s. Dice could roll 4s.
These dice can roll 4s.
They hit.
Again, all that matters, right?
Yep. That's going to be 4 at no rend because we lost Meat Ripper out.
Still in the croc score, right?
Yeah.
4 ups. All right, I'm going to fail 3 of them, which means dead Croxical unit. 1 thorn in Jeff's side, gone.
There are too many more.
Too many more still on the board. There's a Carnosaur there.
All right.
Anything left in combat for you that you have not fought?
No, because that pulled out the.
Because it pulled out the Slaughter Priest.
Actually, he fought. So yeah, everybody.
So everybody fought.
Yeah, did fight.
Awesome. We go to end of turn abilities.
Yeah, do your thing.
I am going to hit both of them with a 3-up.
Okay.
So Skull Crusher is going to take a mortal wound, and that Blood Warrior unit is also going to take a mortal wound to take out that one dude.
Okay, he will no respite. Why can't you roll 4s for that? Like they roll 4s to hit, great.
They roll 4s to hit real good, but when it comes to doing mortals on death, nah, they ain't that scary.
No bueno.
And then I'm still going to hold this objective at 8 to 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Heard that's pretty good for control score.
Yeah.
So Jeff's going to at least get 2 because he controls both objectives 3 and 4.
Yep. And I do have hold ground.
Yeah, hold ground.
Um,
What's that tactic? For the viewers at home.
You complete this battle tactic, and in your turn, if there are more friendly units contesting the large train feature in your territory than there are enemies.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
I think you do.
All right. I do return D3 of these dudes.
Whoa!
I get 3 back.
Oh, shit!
This is a weird mechanic for a Khorne player.
That's a clan rat mechanic.
Yeah, that's weird.
You do get a blood type of the Crocs. Thank you, Ash. Good call. If you had not marked it already.
I did not.
The puts us at 5 blood tithe.
Would you let me go back and do a command that I forgot to do?
Yeah, what is it?
I wanted to do Rise to the Challenge.
Which is?
Heal D6.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
That's why I took that damage.
That makes sense.
All right, so these are gone. I score 3 this turn.
Any rumors on the dock Spearhead? I did not see any rules for it.
I wish.
I wish we did. It would have been really fun to put that in. I know Matt has all of that at home. They have one because it's a Vanguard.
Yep.
It's the Vanguard. It's the Melisai Iron Scale with the 10 Witch Elves, 10 Melee Snakes, and 5 Kinrai, I want to say.
Is it 10 melee snakes or 5?
It might be 5 Melee Snakes. I can't remember the exact specifics. It's a solid box. It's really cool.
All right, Eli, we're doing the fun thing. We're doing that prio.
We're doing the prio.
Yeah. Got a 5.
I also got a 5. I will maintain.
Okay.
And I will still get my tactic cards because that no double.
Yep.
5 bow snakes, 5 doomfires. That's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Jocelyn. Super appreciate it. All right.
So score right now is 9 you, 8 me.
9 me, 8 Jeff.
Twist. What are we doing?
Let's find out. What do you get to do, Jeff? Twist card is number 4, Chairgrot. We have the Grandfather's Blessing. The underdog, Jeff, can pick one of the effects below. Nurgle's Rot. Either pick an enemy unit on the battlefield to get -1 to save rolls, or pick an enemy unit that cannot make ward rolls. Well, I don't have any wards.
Yeah, so we'll do minus save on the big guy.
That's going to be -1 to save on the big guy there. So I'll mark that with putting it under the wound counter. That's our twist for the turn. And then we get our 3 cards. I had no cards in my hand. I used all of my cards.
I also used all my cards. Oh, you're good.
So my cards are 2, 6, and 11.
Here. I kind of like how we did this. This is working out pretty well.
Mobile Wizards seem strong. I mean, probably. Especially in Spearhead. When there's no unbinding. Well, we have a local boy who is very used to running at least 5 Doomfire Warlocks and is still good with the army, so at least him.
They're really good.
As a Doomfire Warlocks, in my opinion, have always been solid, and people just kind of suck at using them.
Yeah. Cast Snake more better.
Cast Snake more better.
Yeah.
Turns out, Snake good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nurgle has wards, an ability to give away a ward. Probably, I mean, at some point in the army, but that'd be really fun. Maybe they can get access to the Demon Prince again. All right, time to look at my tactics cards before I take the turn again.
I don't even have to look at mine yet because. Oh, you, bud.
Okay, that doesn't do anything to that. One turn too late to have fallback and rally. That's pretty good. Also pretty good, but probably not doable. Also seems doable, but also not likely to happen this turn. We might be using all of these just ability. That's okay. Hero phase. We're going to give them +1 in charge. Sure. Why not? Do you have anything in my hero phase you would like to do?
Blood Tithe. Just
You could Blood Tithe.
they're getting +1 to charge.
They're good. The Warriors are getting +1 in charge.
Everything else is engaged. Right?
Everything else is engaged. Yes.
I'm gonna play this like I normally play Khorne and just be a miser. I'm just gonna keep my Blood Tithe.
You just keep your Blood Tithe. Khorne is disappointed.
Well, because I mean,
Need
my
the blood.
my options here basically are give myself a bunch of Rend. You know what? That's not a bad idea. You know, I'm gonna do that.
Who would have thought having Rend on your opponent's turn is pretty good.
Heads must roll, Eli.
Head must roll.
So
Now Khorne is pleased.
So it looks like I have 3 units on the battlefield. No, I have 4. So we'll do these bros. We'll do my priest, and we'll do the Skull Crusher. They're all gonna have +1 to Rend.
You know what? I don't know why this has a 2 marked on it, but I'm going to assume that means I'm supposed to lose a warrior. So,
Ooh, okay.
for the sake of being fair, I lost a warrior because they're 2 wounds apiece, not 3. That would be broken. Movement phase. I don't really want to move.
No?
Not really. I mean, let's see. I can just move these guys a little bit more forward.
Okay,
cool. I would love to retreat. However, this unit can't really retreat, so we're not going to worry about it. And then we're going to go shooting. Okay. I am going to shoot this Blood Warrior right in front of me because I can shoot in combat, and I would like him to move. D6 number of attacks. 2 attacks. Very consistent. We've only had 2 attacks the whole game. 3s. Both hit. 3s. Both wound at Rend 1.
Of course. We'll fail both.
All right, that's 1 damage piece. I kill a Blood Warrior successfully.
Okay. He will no respite.
Will you, though?
I will, because I'm
You
using
take
your dice.
Doc dice.
Take a mortal.
Still doesn't bracket him.
All good.
Then we go to charges. Let's start by charging the Warriors. They get +1, which is a 4-inch charge. Does 4-inch get me into combat there?
Barely.
Barely. Let's go. 4 inches. That's all I need. All you need to do is get into combat, folks. The Seraphon displayed cards. One of them is wrong. One of them is wrong. The raise card is wrong. I have battle tactic card 6, not 7. The other 2 are correct.
Here, I will.
Thank you for the check, Ash. We super appreciate it. Jeff, are your cards right? I'm not looking at what they are. I see 2, 7, and 11 for you.
Yes.
Okay, so those are yours.
Glad you could see that.
Barely.
There ain't no way I can see that.
Okay. So, finish that charge. I can't charge anything else. I'm engaged everywhere else, so we go to combat.
Yep.
Start combat abilities. Carnosaur is going to try to do the fun thing. Carnosaur is going to try to eat a Skull Crusher.
Ugh.
If I roll a 6 on the die, I get it. I'm going to roll this on the board so everyone can see it. Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
I got a Blood Tithe.
You do get a Blood Tithe. That Skull Crusher goes down. There you go. Slam! Can I get a slambo in the chat, everybody? All caps.
Terrible.
Well, then now the funny thing is the Carnosaur's not in combat. But these warriors are. Those warriors are going to pile in. They're going to pick the... I think. Will you measure if that one lone warrior is within 3 inches?
Yeah, they are.
All right, cool. So we're going to pick the Slaughter Priest as the focus.
Makes sense.
Just drag your boy.
Big shout out to Joe for doing a great job painting these objective markers for
Seriously.
us and our control markers. Really,
Super awesome.
really happy with these.
Are these going to be available at any point on Battleworks?
Probably.
Probably?
Yeah.
Something that you were tinkering with for 4th edition, at least for our games?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very easy for us to display on our games who controls what.
Yep. Yeah, I just really like the flippable.
Oh, yeah. That alone is super nice.
Yeah.
And then I will attack with them. I only have the 3 in combat range.
Okay.
The 4th one is not. But
Okay.
all 3 are going to go into your Slaughter Priest.
And then my Slaughter Priest.
Yes.
All right.
Any reactions? Your dock dice do be docking. What can blood tithes be spent on? Jeff, would you like to remind us what you can use your blood tithe for? You have 2 abilities.
I have 2 abilities. Heads must roll, which lets me pick 3 units, and they get 1 additional rend.
Which is what he used this turn.
Yep. Or I can Murder Lust, which is pick D3 friendly units. Each of those units can move D6 inches, roll for each.
Which is super, they're both still really good.
Yeah. I was told that while Murder Lust is super, super good in Spearhead, don't expect that ability to translate.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Like, not everything is going to translate in Spearhead directly over. Like, what is it? The OBR plays more like 3rd edition than it does 4th edition because it has its own command pool and does command abilities like it used to.
Yeah, they have.
But like, it does something completely different in 4th edition.
Yep.
3s. All right, fail 1. 3s again. That's going to be 4 at Ren 1.
This is into my Slaughter Priest?
This is into the Slaughter Priest.
Mean. Looking for 5. Ren 1 looking for 6s.
Ren 1.
We'll just pass 3, Eli.
Look at that. Just roll 6s.
The beast! The triple 6!
The 1 damage gets put on him.
That's how you do it.
I think Randy's in the chat. He knows. The Slaughter Priest is rolling just like my Master Molder did on Friday.
Ooh, burn. Alright, we're gonna pile into the obvious piling spot here.
Do it.
Actually, gotta be careful here. It's only half-inch coherency.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's me. I'm sorry.
We are being told that we are moving the table too much.
Yeah. Alright. Do some fighting.
Game seems decent. Mono Dece.
Got 9 bros. Could be 18 attacks.
Cool. Hit me.
Gonna
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
hit me. Force. Or Khorne. And 3.
But yes, if you can't tell, we're having a lot of fun with the game.
Game's so good. Alright, we got 5. At Rend, no.
5 at Ren, no. This is in the Warriors?
Yes.
All right, they're not controlling objectives, so they don't get +1. So 4, I fail 3. So I will lose a dude, and 1 goes on. Then I will attack with the Warriors.
All right.
All of them are just going to go a little bit further piling in.
Okay.
Everything into the Warriors?
Okay.
Or into the Reavers. So this will be 8 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3s and 3s. 4 hits. And 2 wounds. Run 1.
Damage.
1 each. So you just lose 2 only to get them back at the end of the turn. No tactic cards have been used so far. Nope. We both still have 3 in hand.
All right. We'll go with the Slaughter Priest into the Warriors. Not going to pile in. Man, they had 1 extra rend. I'm a bonehead, but that's okay. Go 3s. All of them. Go 3s. This one. 2 rend.
But 2 rend, right?
Yep.
Into the
Build
Lee's
list.
Warriors.
Yep.
So they are contesting an objective they control.
Okay.
So they get +1 to their save. So
Okay.
this is going to make them go to a 5-up.
Okay.
Saved.
All right, cool.
Dock dice be docking.
All right, is that fights? I think I'm done.
That is because the Carnosaur can't fight.
Okay.
And you fought with the Slaughter Priest already?
I
Yeah,
did.
that was the attack
Yep.
they just made. So yes, I will not take this from you. Because I have just 1, 2, I presume 2.
Yep, correct.
Okay. So I just have 1, 2, and more.
Do you want to bite me first?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do get to do that.
It's your turn. You do that first, and then I do.
Yes, I do my end of turn abilities. Then you do. So on the Slaughter Priest, no, he's fine. And on the Warriors or on the Reavers, yes, they take 1. And then Jeff gets to bring D3 back.
D3 are coming back, and we'll bring back 2. We'll bring back the Toot guy, and why not the banner? Like banners are cool.
Now we actually scored VPs.
Yep.
And I'm going to get 1, 2 more. And I'm going to go ahead and score Do Not Waver, which is I complete this battle tactic at the end of my turn if any friendly units used a fight ability, and no friendly units were destroyed this turn. Didn't lose any friendly units this turn. Lost some models, but not any units. So that's going to be 4 points for me.
Okay.
4 points.
You're at 9. That'll put you at 13.
They'll put me at 13. Yep.
So you can do the. You're good at math. I hear you used to be a math teacher.
Well, I'm sort of good at math.
I am not.
That's why you do all the art. You work really hard on making the stream look good.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got a bunch of spearheads to paint, to get them up, paint them up. This is going to be very fun to play right on the edge of 4th.
Okay.
Chair got putting in some sweet stats right there to see what Jeff's got to do to get back in this game.
How many wounds are on the Carno right now?
8 out of 14.
And these bros are 2 each?
And those bros are 2 each.
Okay. All right.
And just in case you weren't aware, guys, Spearhead only has 4 rounds, not 5.
Yeah.
So after this round, we got 1 more, and that's it.
All right. So we're going to boil some blood. We're not. I'm not going to blood sack because I don't need to. We're going to Unholy Flames.
Unholy Flames.
Nope. 3 blood tithe.
I've used 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 9, 10, 11, 12. You are correct. Only 12 tactic cards.
Yep. All right, let's go to the moving phase.
Yeah, it's going to be great, Alex. You can do a one-day event with Spearhead. Literally, you can do twice as many games. You set up 1.5 rounds. Done.
All right, so in the moving phase, I'm going to do call reinforcements. Pick a friendly infantry or cavalry unit with 5 or more models that has been destroyed and has not been already replaced.
Ooh, okay.
Cool thing is, though,
You get Warriors back?
they're smart because 5 or more.
Yeah, 5 or more.
Which is cool.
Mm-hmm. So no Skull Crushers, no Proxy Gore.
We'll do some Blood Warriors, and we'll bring back 2. And each set up a replacement unit, D3 models, anywhere on the battlefield more than 6 from all enemy units.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but yes, Frank, you cannot actually run out because you can only have a max of 3 cards in your hand a round. And if you use them, all 3 of them in the battle round, well, then you'll use all 12 at the end of by the end of the game. The game will be over by the time the deck is empty.
That looks like a good spot.
That looks like a pretty good spot to me. So if you memorize your deck, you'll know what's coming up. And yes, and that is going to be like the big hurdle for skill expression in this game. One thing I like about Spearhead is for a skirmish game, there is some skill expression in it. It's not just like completely luck of the draw. So like if you want to take the time to card count, that is one way that you can learn what's going on, what options your opponent has left to score tactics or do abilities wise for you.
Eli, we're gonna do the blood tithe. That's cool.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna do.
This is a super casual game.
Just these 2. We're gonna run on them.
Yeah.
All right. So done with movement. Shooting, no. Charging, no. We'll go to combat. We will start with the priest. He is looking for 3s. Three ones. He is looking for 3s.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
All right. Your pick, my dude.
Yeah.
I was telling my friends from PA, they're like, "You used to roll so well, it was ridiculous." I'm like,
Guess
that is not my story anymore. I do not
you roll
do
like
that
shit.
thing. Oh, terrible.
All right, warriors. Your job is to kill a slaughter priest. Can you do that?
No.
Probably not. All right, 8 attacks. 2, 4, 6, 8. 3s and 3s.
Oof.
All on the slaughter priest since it wasn't obvious.
It was obvious.
All right, 4 Ren 1. Okay, discarded cards are face up. So if you want to be the guy that goes,
yeah, are they public knowledge? I don't even know. Are they?
yes, discarded tactics cards are public knowledge, so you do get to see those. If you would like to request to see them from your opponent, you're more than welcome to. You know, standard TCG rules for being kind.
All right, I failed 3, take 3 damage, right?
Yes, yeah, they're only 1 each.
He's got 2 left.
2 left.
Okay. You got 3 dudes on there. We're gonna pick this unit as the target of my pile-in.
Okay.
I'm gonna get move.
But all in all, it's a very fun way to be a skirmish compartmentalized Sigmar game.
It's
There are ways to take this up competitively. I don't know if it is the way that I will be playing the game, but it is very fun. And I will definitely be playing like a fair amount of it over the course of the next few years.
a weird thing.
It is going to be really cool to do like Friday night events before a GT of just like Spearhead.
Okay.
You can do like 5 rounds of Spearhead.
These guys have not fought yet, correct?
No, those warriors have not fought.
Okay, cool. So basically I did that to get the objective back. And now they're going to fight here.
Well, okay. So Seraphon seem like they have a lot of power compared to Khorne, but Jeff's also rolling like shit.
That's how Jeff does.
The Seraphon do have strong defenses. Like the warriors get +1 to save while they're contesting objectives. The Carnosaur, everything's a 4-up save. Stuff like that. Strong defensively. The Croc scores are the ones that hit like a tank, and the Carnosaur can both hit well, but also just go down and fight. When I played Spearhead in Dallas, the Carnosaur went down to a True Lord with Tree Song like that. The Skull Crushers do want to get the charge, or they're more of a tar pit. And Jeff has rolled like some fair amount of bad saves. And then I got lucky and I rolled the 6 on the eat a model. Otherwise, like that Skull Crusher could just eat those warriors.
Yeah, and the
What did I say at the beginning of the stream? The plan is roll 6s, kill the heroes, and stand on the circles.
All right, so we'll go with the Reavers. They all can reach this unit, which is really cool. Like,
yeah.
I like the tech play of I'm going to pile on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my objective now.
It's your objective now.
I have 3-inch range. I'm going to slop over there, which is super cool. So there's like people that are like the strategy and the stuff is gone.
It's just
are
different. I think it's like I don't like if you liked the pile-in minutia game of 3rd edition, it's gone. It's gone, and there's nothing.
I mean, it's different. I think it's
like,
it's not the same, but there is a thing.
Yeah, there is pile-in. I think it's completely different than the way 3rd edition was.
Yeah,
and I don't necessarily think that's bad.
Yeah.
Because exactly, different format, right? Like,
see, I can roll 4s.
See, you can roll 4s to hit. Like the way combat is like almost entirely different with the way that they changed how sequencing works and how pile-in works in combat ranges. I think it's going to be very interesting. That is an aspect of the game I'm very much looking forward to figuring out.
Neg 1.
Neg 1 of the Warriors. All right, I don't control that objective, so guess what? 5s. I'm going to roll 2. 1 each?
Yeah.
Dead, and 1/2. So I'm going to lose.
Wrong unit.
That unit?
Yeah, one didn't fight.
So then 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to lose him with 1 dude?
Mhm.
All right, cool. That 1 dude is going to fight then.
Okay.
2 attack. 3s and 3s. 1 hit. 1 wound. Ren 1.
Yeah.
1 damage.
Slaughter Priest. He didn't fight you, right? Yeah, he did.
He did.
He totally whiffed.
Yep.
That's right. Okay.
You rolled a lot of 1s because you put them all right there in front of me.
So I will hold 1.
Yes.
I will hold 2. I will hold more. That'll give me 3. I will score Ignis, which will be objective 3.
Yep.
For 4. And I will raise friendly units within 3 of the battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's a 5-point turn.
5-point turn.
5-point turn for Jeff. And with the twist having affected me, not at all. We roll for priority for round 4.
Yeah. This is it.
I rolled a 3.
You know what I rolled.
I don't even gotta ask. All right, I will take the turn.
Okay.
I will go ahead and
Twist.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at what the twist is. What's Jeff's last twist? Reclaim Guran. The underdog picks 2 objectives on the battlefield, and each player scores an extra victory point at the end of their turn for each of the objectives that they control. So let's go ahead and mark them.
So
We've got a couple of extra markers here.
Yeah.
Joe's got some of his special Marathi markers.
Okay.
Which 2 objectives would you like to pick to be special?
Let's see.
You can pick any 2 on the board. But keep in mind, I have the first turn. Whiff so hard he forgot he swung. Yes.
6.
I'm
gonna pick this one.
Pick that one, okay.
You know what? Do we have our cards knowledge at this point or no?
I think you resolve the twist. Then we do cards.
Draw twist cards, players draw battle tactic. Okay, yeah, it's twist before battle tactic cards. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting, guys. I am going to discard this one and draw 2. So mine are 10, 11, 12.
1, 8, 9. Which one are you picking? Did you pick one?
No, you pick both of them because you're the underdog.
I picks 2.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
It's just most people got this on the first turn, so they.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so
no, you get to pick both of them.
I thought it was you pick one. I pick one. Okay, so I'm gonna pick that one.
So you pick that one, okay?
And
8 for Khorne, yeah. I think Jeff is having a blast playing Khorne. How does it feel in the new edition so far, Jeff?
It's really fun.
Really fun.
It's really good.
Take that one. You know, makes sense. I will proceed with my hero phase. I will give nothing +1 to charge.
Okay.
Because, well, don't really need to. And then I am going to go to movement phase. Here's the fun bit. There is Lookout Sir in this, right?
Yeah.
In this mode?
It's called Guarded Hero.
Yeah. I can't shoot you unless I'm within 12 inches. Well, guess what? I'm going to make sure I move. Stay within 12 inches of your hero. Which is easy to do when your base is so big. I will not move anything else.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to do at the end of my hero phase?
Did I roll for them to come back?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Chat, did he roll to see if he can bring those Blood Reavers back?
I don't think I did.
I don't know if he did. Is that going to determine whether you do a tactic or not? Or do a specific ability?
Yeah. It's fine. I'll let it go. We're not.
I was say if chat says that you haven't done it, then we'll do it. But
yeah, no, that's cool. Let's go. Let's get her done.
All right. All right, cool. Chat is saying you got to roll, so go ahead and roll. Bring him back.
I do got to roll. Sweet.
3 back. Thank you, chat. This is why we have it.
Thanks, chat.
Real important when he picks that objective to keep.
Within 2. That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I am going to go ahead and go to shooting attacks.
Okay.
D6 shooting attacks at the Slaughter Priest. That's going to be 1 shooting attack. 3s and 3s. That fails. So that doesn't happen this turn. We're going to go charges. I'm going to charge with the Carnosaur. Hey, look, I made it in. Can you say you're shocked? I can't. I can't say I'm shocked. Okay. Now, fun part. Combat abilities. I'm going to try to eat one of these Blood Warriors here.
No.
I don't eat a Blood. Do you have any combat abilities you would like?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
All right, that's cool. I'm going to start by attacking with these Saurus Warriors. They're going to go in and attack everything on your Slaughter Priest. Any reactions?
Man, it's so hard because it's like, but I can do this other thing.
Oh, that's true. 4's hit with the shooting. Good thing I still rolled like shit.
Yeah, you would have been -1. Yeah,
I would have been -1. I failed anyway on the 3-up, so I definitely fell on the 4-up.
You're good. Go ahead. Do it.
3s. Fail 3 attacks. Okay. 5 hits and 3s to wound. All right, it's going to be 3 at Ren 1 into the Slaughter Priest.
Hail Satan. The Beast! No. I tried.
You tried. You super tried.
That's right.
All right. How would you like to attack back?
We go there because I want a ward.
that's also fair.
Let's see. 6.
Pretty sure I forgot to roll my mortals last turn anyway, so doesn't matter.
You did forget.
I did forget. Oh well, we're way past that.
4s. 3s. 2 at 1 round.
2 at 1 rend means 5s. I fail both.
2 damage.
Hey, guess what?
He's bracketed.
He's bracketed. But he now has only 1 jaw attack.
I guess is it still a bracket because there's only 1?
I mean, I'm going to use bracketed as a term.
Yeah, he's and people that never played Alice are gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
You're gonna be like, "What the fuck? What does that mean?" All right, we're gonna do this.
Why would you do that?
Slight rotation. I want to get closer to this objective. That
Man, I should have piled in. That would have been a smart thing to do.
It would have been.
Yeah,
but you didn't. I didn't. All right, 3s and 3s. All right, I failed 2. All right, 1. We're in 2.
5. 4. 5.
Either way,
Damage.
2 damage. And then 1 jaw attack. Fail that. Just the 2 that you have ward up.
Can I see that?
You have your wards.
Can I see those dice?
Yes, you can see those dice.
You're gonna get What is happening right now? All right,
you lose a warrior.
We'll kill that guy, I guess. And that can't happen again. I just need 1.
You want?
No respite. No.
Okay. Great. Joe says, "Don't touch his dice. You'll ruin them."
All right,
attack me.
You done already? You got a long guy here.
That was it. Well, you got to attack with the Reavers. You haven't attacked with them.
Oh, that's right. That was
the murder roll.
That was murder. Okay. Let's go.
Joe Super strikes all.
Or I have that objective.
Yeah, because I'm not going to kill enough to take it.
All right. We're gonna put these 7 dudes there, and 3 dudes there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Throwing dice everywhere.
Everywhere. 7? Is that right? Yeah, 7. No run. Into that one poor dude.
That one poor dude. made a fair effort, but no. You had Rend? You had Rend 1?
No.
No Rend. Yeah, he saved 6 out of 7. Wait, he's still alive. He doesn't have damage on him.
Are you effing kidding me?
No.
Oh, this sucks.
Hey, he's gonna fight back. Kills the dude.
Idiots. Oh wait, I gotta work. I don't.
Warhammer is dumb, everybody. That's why we play it.
That's gonna cost me the game. That guy.
It might cost you the game.
That's
All right, on the Reavers,
Yep.
they take a mortal wound, and on your warrior, he also takes a mortal wound. Mortal damage.
All right, score.
All right, scored up. I take this objective back.
Yep.
So now I have 2 more.
Mhm.
I am going to do cut off the head for my tactic because I killed your general.
Yep.
And I'm going to that's it. I was honestly hoping to do this on your turn, but I can't. So that's gonna be 4 points, and then I get an extra 1 for controlling this objective. So it's gonna be 5 points for me.
Okay. My turn.
To put us at a total end of 18 points. The dice give us and the dice take it away.
All right. Can't pray and do any of that stuff.
Now your hero phase basically not exists anymore.
Wait, you still do the murder list and stuff.
Oh, you have 1. Does it only cost 1 to murder list?
It does, but I can't. I'm in combat. So the thing that sucks is I needed to retreat here to
Yes.
kill that guy and retreat out.
Yes.
To score a bunch of points.
Yes.
Which I can't do now. So I think we just stay where we is.
Run up the score. Try to score as many points as you can.
He has 1 wound on him.
This guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I
mortal.
So if I would retreat, I would die.
You would take D3, so you would
I would definitely die. Yeah.
If you didn't have it, you could, bar chance, live.
Enemy hero phase.
33% chance. Unless you have the card, fall back and retreat. Which I don't think you do.
I don't.
And confirm, he does not have fallback and rally.
All right. I guess we just fight.
I want to see if I eat your blood warrior. I do.
All right. Yeah, I got nothing. For the
As I say, you want to see if you can just kill my 1 dude?
It's 1 dude versus 4. Okay.
Well, 5.
Yeah. All right, we just go to fights. Fight with them.
You're playing Seraphon and not ogres, Eli. I mean, it kind of worked out that way, right? I got into combat and then I just stayed in combat and 8 models. This Carnosaur went chomping. He's eaten like 4 models throughout the course of the game.
All right. I just need to kill this SOB because he cost me the game, so he needs to die. So that's gonna be my pile and target.
I love it.
Keep him on the objective, not be an idiot.
If only I could give him a 5 board this turn.
You know what? No, I'm gonna not be dumb. I'm gonna fight those guys.
Just fight them? Okay.
Yeah, because I want to at least score. No, I'm fighting that guy. That guy's gonna die. F that guy.
I was gonna say, Jeff, you need 6 points this turn to tie me.
That's 5. 5. Yeah. Four.
4? No run?
Nope.
All right, 4s. All right. Into the Lone Warrior, right?
Get out.
He is dead. Any attacks that went into that unit?
Yeah.
They both.
Sure.
And then they will get in. All right, they'll throw everything into the reavers. That's going to be 8. Okay. Three, run 1. So 3 damage.
Hold 1, hold 2. Extra point for that one. 3. We will do Dracothian Deus, which is... Oh, no, we won't. That's number 1.
That's number 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I needed that one. That happened. Yeah, that's it. I'll get 3.
Just 3 points?
Yeah, and I should have had 13, so that'll put me at 16.
That's 16. Okay.
Yeah. So win by 2 for Eli.
Good game.
Great game.
Warhammer is dumb, everybody, but it is exactly because it was dumb that it is so great.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just roll good. Sometimes you just roll like shit. Game is super fun. For those of you that want to know what the last 2 cards in my hand are, if you're not reading the screen, I had attack on 2 fronts to control 2 objectives that he controlled. Because I couldn't get that objective, I could not get that tactic. And then he didn't kill my warrior, so I couldn't call reinforcements on his turn. And then take the flanks, complete the tactic if in the end of my turn there are any friendly units within 3 inches of each short battlefield edge. Wasn't going to get both. And because this warrior didn't die, I couldn't redeploy onto that objective to hold on to it.
So why did I put that objective on 5 to try to bait Eli off of the one I was on to go to 5? That would have gave Eli an extra point. I would have kept my unit alive, which would have gave me... So I had take this, and then I had fall back. If I took one that you didn't have, so I would have had 2 there.
Yep.
So that guy surviving basically lost me. Because you rolled 5 saves?
Because I rolled 5 out of 6 saves. Or 6 out of 7, like whatever it was. I took 1 damage on that attack.
All right. All right, everybody. That is Spearhead. What do y'all think?
Yeah, seriously.
We went
fun.
Yeah, we went super slow. Like
we went ultra slow.
What time is it?
It is
10:30.
It's 10:30. So it's 2.5 hours with us going really slow, and that's including all the setup and everything, which even took slower. So
Yeah, and explaining every single thing that we did.
they build it at an hour and a half. So think about, like, we went really, really slow, and we took an extra hour, and we played all 4 rounds.
Yeah.
So, like, this game can go pretty fast.
Yep.
Like, hour and a half rounds if you're booking an event for this, really fair.
Yeah.
Really fair amount of time.
Yeah, I think this, if you would do a tournament of it, like I think you could do like 2 rounds, like
You do 5 rounds in a day.
Yeah, you could do 5 rounds and like have time to go out later and like chill out.
Yeah, like think about it this way: we play 3 rounds in a day that are 3 hours long.
Yep.
In Sigmar regular days, you could do 5 rounds that are each an hour and a half.
Yep.
That extra hour and a half plus your typical in between times is enough for lunch, and you're out earlier than usual.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then 15 minutes for countdown at the beginning.
Yeah, 15 minutes countdown at the beginning. Yeah.
Gareth.
You could do. You
8
could.
rounds,
I say you're already ready.
Yeah.
Actually, 8 round 2 days for this teams sounds super fun.
I think he's doing that, isn't he? Are you
Yeah.
doing that, Gareth? Is that what you're running?
Probably. That does sound like a blast.
Yeah.
See.
Game's super fun. So, what are your thoughts, like overall, on like just Spearhead in general? How 4th plays? Like, what do you think?
I love the 4th edition core set. After now, this is my 5th game playing it.
Mhm.
It is like I said, it's very streamlined. I'm very excited to get into it at the 2K level.
Yeah.
Because of all the different interactions, especially after this week and seeing all the different rules that we got.
Yeah.
So much cool flavor getting put into armies, but in ways that the armies are like being better written.
Yeah.
A lot of cool abilities. Nighthawk being able to charge while in combat instead of having to retreat and charge for all those
Super
abilities. Skaven's knotholes just popping up everywhere is super thematic, and then coming out of the knotholes. Spearhead itself, very much a fun blast. Like I said, I don't think this is something that I want to super take competitively, but that's because I want to take 2K really competitively, and I don't have the brain span to do like two modes competitively. But this is super fun.
Yeah,
This is a really fun thing where I can see myself consistently being like, yeah, I'm going to show up early on a Friday and play a Friday Spearhead event, and then play my 2K.
Yeah, I agree. It's a blast. Like the thing, like I think the coolest thing about it is like if you ever wanted to paint like a specific unit, or like I like this army, but I don't want to paint a whole bunch of this army.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I get my 4th edition starter,
Yeah.
like normally those 2 armies in there, I'd be like, who wants the Stormcast? Who wants the Skaven? I just want the books.
Yeah, the big the 2 army boxes like being Spearheads is going to be really great.
So like I will absolutely keep those armies, paint those armies, play those armies in Spearhead. And like potential for this, I think, is really huge.
I think it's a really good event. It's a really good format.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine like FOMO boxes coming out that are like
that are Spearheads?
just 2 Spearheads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like they don't need to be a compartmentalized Sigmar game. At this point now, they could just be Spearhead. They can come with the board and with the board, the 4 pieces of terrain, the tactics cards.
The other thing I like about this is again like cheap. It's like $140. You need a board, you need objectives, and a couple pieces of terrain. But like my kid wants to, like Darren wants to play. Like I'm like, what do you want to play? Because like before it was like, well, I want to play this army. I'm like, all right, well, it's like, you know how much the investment is.
Yeah.
And to paint all that stuff. Now it's like, oh, you want me to paint 25 models for you and I'll show you how to paint and play. Like done. Like I think this, like they knocked it out of the park with this. I mean,
that's a cool idea too. Weirdcast, Chair doing a charity fundraiser event with an auction tourney, and you bid to get which Spearhead you want to play with.
Yep.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
I do like the draft idea that Gareth put up in the chat.
Yep.
First round random. After that, lowest player picks which army they want. Second lowest picks, and next, so on and so on.
Yeah.
There's lots of different things that you can do with this format that are really fun. For the most part, it's not that hard to pack a Spearhead as part of your army.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's watch me pack a Spearhead.
Because like,
while you're talking,
here's what I added from my bag of because I still had my 2K Starborn list, 2K plus Starborn list packed in my bag. I grabbed the 10 Warriors out, and it was just adding the 4 extra models. My Carnosaur and 3 Crocscore. Done. There's lots of Spearheads that are good build-arounds for armies that you could include, that you can easily include them when you travel with you. So you don't have to play. Or so you don't have to worry about bringing that much extra.
Yeah.
But then also the draft style would be really fun. Playing the sealed event in Dallas was a really fun experience. Getting a random Spearhead that was primed and then playing 4 games out of that.
Yeah, blind box. Like I don't know, it just there's so many cool things about this. Like I'm with you. I'm gonna be more of a 2K player. But like for a format like this, like I said, this took really, really long.
Yeah.
When I watched Joe and Matt play, I had a blast just watching the game unfold.
But we were also being really slow.
Yeah, we were being absolutely slow. But like it's just fun. It's actually fun to watch. So you want to pack down your Spearhead, I mean, this tray is 8 inches by 8 inches.
And it's a fun way to be like, well, I want to play with this army a little bit, but I don't want to play the full 2K. Yeah. Like I kind of want to like take a little bit of a break. It's a good break.
Yep.
Easy enough. Like you said, the design team really has seemed to have taken a lot of care when it comes to putting the game together, and that's always huge for games like these.
Yep.
Like you can't just like scale down with no real thought process. We've said forever with 3rd edition that the game is really unbalanced at 1K.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make any sense because the game is balanced and designed around 2K.
Yeah.
At least in 3rd edition was. Spearhead is designed around Spearhead.
Yeah.
They very much they've put that thought and care into it, and that's what makes it really fun. It did not feel one-sided, this game.
No, I mean, you were like, you're down by 6. I'm like, I know I could have at least tied.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
yeah,
you could have at least tied.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Like I played against Joe Cryer with the Nurgle. I was slapping him around for 3 rounds. Fourth round, he scores 7 points and beats me by 1. Like Herculean effort. He got all the control objective ones with Nurgle. Like he was able to get it. It was super, super fun.
And the thing about it is like it plays like I said, like it doesn't look like we played fast. Like we're gonna do this again next week for sure. We'll play fast.
Yeah.
You'll see how fast it goes. But it plays fast. It's fun. Like it's like when you're watching people play this, like is
Reasonably,
you saw some of our turns where we're just like, I'm already in combat. Let's just go fight.
Like the fact that it's stripped away a lot of abilities are stripped away. You skip over a lot of phases.
Yeah.
Just naturally, like once you're in combat, like and if you don't have a general, like a lot of your hero phase just doesn't exist. Like I have 1 hero phase ability, I have 1 combat ability, and then I fight in combat. I have 1 shooting attack. There's not. I don't have that much going on.
I really like the you pick your thing first.
Mm-hmm.
You pick your thing first. Like it's just solid.
I do like that aspect of it as well. Is that you, especially like list building is kind of tied into when you get at the table.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about picking your list building beforehand.
Yeah. Can we get that in like actual AOS?
I am fine with it not being an actual AOS.
I like the list building mechanic, but I don't know. There's some cool things. I like the cards are amazing. Like the
Do you
cards.
happen to know anything about KO Spearhead? I don't. Sorry. Garrett does, but he's also been privy to seeing the rules ahead of time.
Yeah.
Khorne fits into an 8x8 box. Yeah, Spearhead after the GT, that was cruel. We did it. It makes sense that we did it here, or we did it in Dallas because it was 1 that you couldn't really do it beforehand.
Yeah.
2, you had to find time to do it elsewhere, and you wanted people who were playing in the event to actually be a part of it.
Yeah.
And then you had to like kind of segment it and keep it away. Harder to do that during the whole day when it was a preview event. When it's not a preview event, it's way easier to just have it be a separate thing. Yeah. How similar are Spearhead rules for Spearhead rules was the first game? So like we said at the beginning, which you may not have seen. Sorry, Big Red. These basic stats are the same.
Yeah.
So that so the fact that the Khorne is 10 inches movement, 14 health, 4 save, 5 control, that's going to port over. And then for the most part, the stats on the combat weapons are going to port over. I know the Crocscore have a separate attack that wasn't included on there, but that's because it's a champion model. No champion models in Spearhead.
Yeah, they said part of the design decision was you don't want to be playing a game of Spearhead and then go play a different game and then, oh man, this is different.
For the most part, moving into the full 2K version is going to be understanding different abilities because you'll have a full set of battle traits, battle formations, the advanced modules will go on, but the basic stats of your units will still be for the most part the same.
Yep.
Stripped down main game, yes, but with a lot more thought put into it.
I don't know, is it stripped down? Like, I mean, it's sort of stripped down.
I've been using the word compartmentalized for a reason.
Yeah,
I don't feel like it's stripped down, but it does feel like it is condensed. And I do not think that is for that's not for the worst. Like it's for the format. If you're more of a skirmish game player, like I know we have a couple people on the team who are more of skirmish game style, they're going to like this more.
Yeah,
It lets
like
them
this
play
like it.
Mortal Realms, play in the fantasy realm
that
of Sigmar, but not playing full 2K.
Yeah. I mean, this will get Chairguard out of the chair. I mean, which is cool. So yeah.
I got the scrolls, but the enhancements got cut out. KO wasn't played in the blind box because of the balloon boys were built as engine riggers. Yes, they were built wrong.
Serves those dwarves.
Serves those dwarves. I tried to get you. I tried to get Garrett to give it to you.
I know. He told me.
He wouldn't let me.
He told me.
Oh yeah, the mechanics of Spear are the same. It is 4th edition. The core rules are the same. It doesn't have the advanced modules that 2K is going to have, but elements of those are built into Spearhead, such as the tactics and the command abilities. Spells are kind of just abilities on War Scrolls for the heroes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Movement, fighting, shooting, everything about that is the same. If you learn how to play, Spearhead, you're learning how to play Diet Sigmar, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, and I mean the differences are like you'll get command abilities.
It's not even diet. Like I'd call it zero sugar.
Garrett said AOS Light. Which
AOS Light, yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to call it Diet Sigmar. Yeah. It's zero sugar Sigmar. Tastes the same as it tastes the same as regular Sigmar. Just doesn't have a lot of the sauce. Combat Patrol is stripped down. Oh, okay, yeah. As someone who's never played Combat Patrol, but have heard that as a complaint, I'm glad you get a very different impression from this because this does not feel like it is stripped down.
I mean, pretty much the internet buzz is, oh, that's just Combat Patrol, and it's not.
And I think from the outside, it kind of just looks like that. But once you get your hands on it and you start playing it, you realize it's very much not that.
Yeah, it's a fun game. How do I like Khorne versus other armies I played?
What'd you play in Dallas?
I played OBR.
How did you like this compared to OBR?
It's Khorne.
It's Khorne.
Yeah. Like, I actually didn't keep OBR. I swapped it out and I got Lumineth. So yeah. 60 Sentinels coming for you. No, just
like
I would never do that.
The Seraphon Spearhead plays like condensed coalesced. It's very fun. You throw your lizards on the board, you get in combat, you have abilities that care about you being in combat. Yeah. It's very fun.
Yeah, Khorne plays like Khorne. I mean, Khorne wants to fight, like they do their thing. It plays really good.
Everybody that I was talking to at Spearhead in Dallas, everyone that I saw, if they weren't just exhausted because they were playing in the main event, like they were having a blast. I didn't see people even at the demos outside. Everyone seemed to be having a blast.
Even like Gareth and like James O'Brien, like the TOs, like
yeah.
Props to those guys. I've TO'd events. Like I can't imagine TOing 8 rounds and then being like, "Hey, we're gonna put on this new game." Like, thanks so much.
You want to know what some of my funniest moments about doing Spearhead was?
Yeah.
The fact that we couldn't use our phones. So we couldn't look at BCP, but James kept forgetting that aspect, and he would announce it and be like, "All right, your pairings are in BCP."
Yeah.
And we're all like, "James, we can't see." And he'd be like, "Right, come up to me, and I'll tell you your table, your opponent." It was very silly.
The Just Scarbrand box.
Please. Just Scarbrand,
please.
Just Scarbrand.
I can't.
I wouldn't. I'd be down. He's got to have some like comeback mechanic as well. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Let's get it out of there.
But yeah. Anything else we want to say about it? I mean, all you need, it's a Warcry board. You need objectives. It's not a lot. It's perfect for intro. Like it's just really good.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like we said, we on the channel really like it, and we're gonna keep pushing it because we like it. We wouldn't push it if we didn't enjoy playing it. Yeah. We would go back to playing 3rd edition or play Old World like we have on the channel in the past. Yeah. Keep an eye out. We probably still are going to play some Old World between here and the launch release of 4th edition, which is likely to be the end of June if the article pathway makes sense.
Well, it depends on the how long is the pre-order? Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah. If they line it up right with the articles coming out and we get 5 per week for each of the next 4 weeks, it'll line up right at the end of June. I, for one, want that to happen. So yeah, and Garrett's right. It's a perfectly great as a streaming game.
It's awesome. So as like a small stream, like when we want to put another army on stream, it's like you can't see, but there are shelves of like unpainted models that like we just can't use. Like the barrier is so easy. I mean, we could I think between all of us, we probably have 3/4, if not.
Yeah, we got close to near.
We have almost all the spearheads. Yeah. So it's awesome to stream. Like I said, like when you see us play, it's fast, it's interactive, and yeah, we
do less of these slow, like, hey, everybody, like kind of learn Spearhead with us, and more just hey, watch us play Spearhead. We can easily do 2 games in our normal stream time.
Yeah.
Whether we do or not, we'll see.
Yeah.
We might put that on the schedule and see how it does. Be like, hey, game 1, this 2, game 2, these 2. If you're interested in one or both of them, hey, come check us out.
Yeah,
share us out. Because I think Garrett's right. Like a shorter game is going to be is easier to digest rather than a full 3-hour game, right?
Yeah. And like just like the ability to like to play the tactics and stuff is just fun.
Is the terrain ever an actual factor in Spearhead games? Yes, because there is scoring that is particularly based around where the terrain is.
Yep.
Maneuverability around them, not super impactful in my opinion, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I mean the other thing too is Eli has 1 shooting attack, I have 0.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Like in our matchup, no. Like if I'm playing Lumineth, like.
Oh yeah, then it super matters, right? You want you get your 2.
Please get behind.
Yeah, get your 2 woods, like right here. Deploy your models. Be like, put your terrains. Right there. I'm gonna do. Hey, look, then you can't shoot me.
Yeah.
So it depends entirely on matchup, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, like you restrict your charge lanes. Get used to that kind of thing. but scoring matters a lot. So it's relevant in every game just because of the scoring.
Yeah.
Being relevant to controlling the terrain.
So Gareth said just what I said. Play against 10 Sentinels, and you notice the impact is obscuring.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
This is I think it's a great idea to start an escalation league with it. I plan on personally running. For those of you that don't know, in the community for Austin, I'm one of the event organizers for Wonkos, for how bad I am at setting it up. I do tend to run the events regularly. I do plan on running Spearhead events to start 4th edition.
Yep.
I do not plan on starting 2K events immediately. It's gonna be 4th edition. We'll probably do 3 rounds and do like 3 or 4 rounds, do half the time that we normally do.
Yep.
Maybe even start a little bit later, something like that. Makes it a little bit easier with the store schedule on Sundays.
Yep.
And we can easily just get a few games in. Probably not even do like a tournament winner, at least for like the first event, and just come in, do round robin for a few games, and then go home, have some fun.
Yeah.
That way people can just get in and get playing.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and then
if we wanted to do a full tournament, we could easily do like 5 rounds in a whole day.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Easily, yeah.
I don't want to do that first off while everybody's learning the rules.
Yeah, for sure. And then if you're local to Austin, we do want to do like a Spearhead thing, like maybe next week, or we're looking into seeing what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd like you to all come out and play.
If you want to learn how to play, we were thinking of coming out at least on like next Thursday during the normal Wonkos play night, or we'll try to be available. We might be able to hit up some of the other stores and get some play.
Yeah, I think we're knocking out Thursday.
We're knocking out Thursdays?
No, Otherworld is their Thursday game. So I think we'd be looking at like Mondays or Wednesdays.
We could, but the point is that we're going to try to get Spearhead out into the community. So if you're in Austin, you want to learn how to play, like, we're going to try to make it available. We'll be putting up on the Weird Knobs Discord when we're going to be available to put it out, because we have this stuff. We want to share it.
Yeah.
We just ask that when you're around, you're like not taking not taking a ton of pictures of all this other stuff. They ask us not to share a lot of the stuff directly, so we're not going to share like the full PDF of the cards so people can print and play at home.
Yeah.
But that being said, we can use our materials to play games.
Yeah.
Nothing that says we can't.
Yep.
You need to bust out your jean jacket though on the next stream. The fly swatter set.
Yeah, I don't think that jean jacket fit me. And I think after y'all like ribbed me when we went to Pat Steaks when I wore that, they all made fun of me because they're like, "Oh, look at the guy in a jean jacket." But yeah, maybe I'll bust that out. Who knows?
Fate Nights would be super cool. It might be something we try to do during the opening for 4th edition. We will see. It's something that we've done before when we've done league type of stuff in the past.
Yep.
We don't know if we're going to do a full league yet. It is a lot of a commitment. We're going to see how things go as we get towards the end of June.
Yep.
And if we do decide to run a league, or some of us decide to run a league, or someone else in the community decides to run a league, we'll definitely shout it out, signal boost it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And we're definitely looking into a Spearhead tournament at a brewery.
You want to announce that?
No, I can't announce it yet because I don't know. But I'm going somewhere this weekend.
What I will say is that if you are interested in a Spearhead event, and an officially run Spearhead event by people in the community, say at a brewery, say sometime around August, it would be really great if you could express interest in that in the Weird Knobs Discord.
Yeah.
Just saying. Because if we can see that we have interest, then more likely.
All right. So that'll take us through to this. Next week or next Friday, we'll play on Actually. We're gonna put an Actually board together. We're gonna do. I'm hearing Stormcast and Slaves to Darkness.
Very classic matchup.
Yep. And we appreciate y'all. Drop a follow. Anything else you want to say?
Shout out to BattleWorks. That's BattleWorks with an E on the works. If you look for the website that has a symbol of Joe as a dwarf, then you're in the right spot. I guess kind of a sponsor of the stream, as it is run by 2 of the people on the stream. Not me though. I have no part of it. It's just Joe. It's just Joe and then Jeff here. Yeah. If you need any supplies to end 3rd edition, or just want some general supplies for playing the game, go hit it up. For those of you that have stuck it around this long after the game, we really appreciate you. It's been super nice to have you here. Next week we'll be back with more Spearhead. Drop a follow if you'd like. If you're even so inclined, we'd love to have you subscribe to us. Share us out. do all the good like, share, subscribe stuff to get us out there. More people we get watching our stream for Spearhead, the more people get interested, the more people play the game. We love that. We have it.
Yeah, and then follow us on Twitter. It's
DaWeirdcast.
Yeah.
DaWeirdcast. If you can't see it behind me, that's how you spell it. It's usually Joe tweeting behind it. That's why there's a lot of typos, but it's a really fun time. And it's usually also where Joe just puts out his opinions from the game. So you'll see some fun stuff. For example, Joe, what was the meme that you put with the wizard with the? Yeah,
spells but not shells.
Joe's reaction to Krondus' War Scroll is that he's out of spells, but he's not out of shells. It's very funny. Drop a follow on there. We super appreciate you guys supporting us. We love you guys being here. Thank you. We wouldn't do this if we didn't enjoy the game, and we definitely wouldn't keep doing it if people weren't watching.
All right, yeah, and we'll have the VOD up on YouTube. I'll post everything. But yeah.
VOD will be up in a couple of days. Thank you to Chad, who also is the guy who runs all the YouTube comments and watches it all.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Peace.